I have unmuted us. We're back. I don't know. I don't know how long we'll be playing, but we'll take it as we go.
For all of eternity.
Yeah. So.
You'll hear forever.
Well, are any of us on a curfew?
No.
I have to be somewhere at 5 p.m. tomorrow, so no.
I'd prefer to be
as long as
awake
we don't
before
play that
5
long.
p.m. tomorrow.
I've got to be awake before noon tomorrow, so.
Yeah, that's not too bad. All right, so
And
let
that's
me
just being
Say
awake.
that. You
That's-
say that.
You say awake. Being awake by then isn't that much of an ask.
All right, so let
Okay,
me
I've got to be in
look
Grand
this up.
Forks by 1 o'clock.
To be honest, I don't think I can wake up.
It's like an hour
After-
drive.
It's really hard to wake
In
up.
metro hour.
Okay, so all right, so
Just
cool.
drive like a woman.
So what do you guys?
I could
Drive
go
like
to
a
sleep
woman?
at like
Woman.
5 a.m. and
Oh,
it
woman.
would still be difficult.
I just take
to
the
wake
interstate.
up
I go
past
85 miles
12.
an hour. It's fine.
Yeah.
So you guys,
Okay.
so let's get back to things. Let me do that. All right. So yeah, so you
And
guys
everybody's out of town now, so.
So they'll square you guys away with meals for the night. Obviously, you don't gotta worry about
Cool.
that. They have, one or two of the people went out and hunted, like, and got a deer or something that's feeding everyone.
How about my griffin?
The griffin's got to fend for itself. I'm sure it can do that. And I'll assume that you're watching and making sure it doesn't eat one of the horses from that Rhinebout it is using or whatever. But they also square you away with an extra saddle that they happen to have, Ulf. They,
Cool.
it doesn't cost anything. They just give it to you.
What kind of saddle?
A normal one, I guess, like leather. I don't know.
There's military, riding,
I would say a riding
exotic.
saddle.
Probably a riding saddle. Yeah, we're gonna say riding saddle.
I don't think any of these people are running around in a military saddle.
I mean,
Should
actually,
be. It's
one of
a
the
war.
Probably
They're
the
giving it away?
nobleman's son is.
I was just gonna say
I guess.
his is, but and his horse is actually lightly armored and is clearly like more of a war horse.
A military saddle isn't really mechanically that much better. It just gives you advantage in staying mounted in combat
Yeah.
or whatever.
But no, but so the other it's just a riding saddle. But what else do any of you guys do anything like? Are you planning on doing anything before you go to bed or anything like that?
I
there's also
beckon
a
everyone
zodiac.
into a circle around me, not explaining, like in the party,
Sure.
and just like tell them to chill for like
Rebuttal.
11 minutes.
Okay.
11 minutes.
Yes.
So specific.
Alright.
Well,
What
it's
are
it's
you
almost
doing?
like I know how long it takes exactly.
So what are you doing?
He's
Well,
casting a ritual.
Yeah,
He's
man.
definitely casting a ritual.
I'm tootling around with my musical instrument and telling them that
Is-
after a while something cool's gonna happen.
Oh.
Is that what they call it nowadays?
All right, I have a musical instrument.
Like if you,
Oh my god.
yeah. Basically, I
I'm
stopped
not
paying
sure
attention to what's
you can
going on around
classify
me,
that
and
as a musical
after
instrument.
11 minutes, what appears to be a transparent dome, well,
It's not transparent.
semi-transparent
It's
from the inside.
It's,
We're
well,
inside
from
of
the
it.
inside, yeah. Everyone
We have
outside.
to be inside of it when I cast it for this
Well, I
to
know.
matter.
Yeah.
So, a semi-transparent dome with like a blue tinge suddenly pops up around us.
Interesting.
Why are we in a bubble?
This is my tent.
You want to press the spell card so Poacher can see what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Can I leave this
A
bubble?
tiny hut.
Yes, anyone inside of this when I cast it can pass through it freely. Although, once you're outside, you won't be able to see inside. The outside is like basically the color of the rocks we're near. And you cannot
I
see through
step
it.
outside,
Ugh.
Yep.
Nice.
and then I'll step back in. By
Well.
God, he's right.
But yeah, like
So
the
I poke my
description
head
says,
through the bubble
the inside is
just-
comfortable and
Does it have beds?
no, it's got a floor though.
It's
Yeah,
perfectly dry and comfortable inside, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick my head through when like someone's walking by. I'm gonna stick my head through.
Also,
And
for
see
everyone
boo,
nearby
like,
camping
scare
right next to
everybody.
us, there a fucking dome just appeared. That's
Yeah.
a
They
10-foot radius.
some of the people come over and be like, "Whoa, how'd you do that?"
Any of them that try and interact with it just like can't.
They bounce off.
Looking at
They
this
go
thing.
"Bong."
They're
They
talking
touch
with
it
a
and
rock.
just get stuck.
Well, like, they don't actively bounce off or anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do
Yeah,
anything
it's
to
just
them, but
solid.
it's
I know.
solid for them.
Yep.
It's like they walk into it.
they
Yeah.
they I mean
It's
they're,
like a rock.
they're very interested by it. But yeah. Meanwhile, so you guys are like, so you guys are like eating
It's just
dinner.
something I've been working on. The only downside is I can't really leave it while it's here, or it'll disappear.
So you're stuck, but we are not.
I am basically a tent for the night.
I see.
I am a tent for the
I am a tent for my people.
Nice. So the
Anna, you've gotten so big.
after a little bit,
I will have been walking around just like fixing armor and stuff for people.
Also, don't attempt to bring anything into the circle that wasn't in here when I cast the spell.
oh no, the dirt on their
Does
feet.
not work.
It would just come off.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess.
true. So
It's the perfect plan. That's how you get clean.
So I'm assuming while you guys are eating and hanging out, like getting to know some of these like volunteer soldiers or mercenaries or whatever,
Floor can't get dirty.
they at one point
I like to think that you eat something and then you try to walk in and it just rips out of
Oh my god.
so
I assume any organic matter that
Yeah,
you consume just gets exempted.
I feel like it's sufficiently you at that point.
yeah. So
Although, if you were unfortunate enough to like swallow a ring or something,
Oh no. So
Oh, no.
so Yordred and Rhinemout and Richard, they stayed up a while longer and talked about some other stuff after you guys left on top of the rock outcropping, the overhang. But after a while, when you guys are eating dinner, they come back down, and Rhinemout calls everyone to the fire, to the campfire. And he's I'm still thinking about Anna being stuck in the bubble.
do they just like look at the bubble like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Rhinemout doesn't say anything. He just like shrugs it off. But he
I guess
calls-
if everyone gets called over, Anna will sigh and walk over there.
yeah,
You can always just take another 11 minutes.
yeah.
I'll probably cast it as a normal spell and take a minute instead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they
The next time, but
might as well.
so the
Given
group
you'll
doesn't have to
probably
just sit
long
there.
rest, literally then.
Yeah. So the group so everyone gets called around the fire, including all the soldier dudes. So all in all, there's about 30 of you guys or so. And Rhinemout says, so we haven't discussed the matter of what Edgard's punishment should be. He broke protocol, was insubordinate, and he needs to be punished. But I feel that I feel that we should let one of our group of adventurers who have really risked their lives and are now having their lives risked even more with our presence being known. We should have one of them decide. Nox, what do you think Edgard's punishment should be? And Edgard, again, he's over here now, but he's like, and he's sort of like, not like shaking, but he definitely looks a little nervous. He's possibly endangered this whole group of men and women here, and certainly not made our time easier. Disobeyed direct orders.
Sure. I mean, you pay these men, don't you? Just stalk his pay.
Fair enough. Edgard, we'll be suspending your pay. And for how long would you say, Nox?
Well, I mean, he still has to eat, and if he has a family, it can't be too unfair to him.
And he like nods eagerly. Edgard does. Very well. You'll receive half pay, but still be fed, Edgard. Very well. Go back to eating.
Did I miss what he did?
He they had said that earlier when you guys were up there talking about how they had run into trouble in Sirmston. The group had all these men under Rhinemout's leadership and Yordred's leadership had been told not to go into the town itself because they didn't want to draw attention. at that point. They were getting closer to Snowfeld, didn't want to draw attention. So they, or just closer to the area that this has all been affecting. So all the men were specifically told not to go into the town to drink or anything like that, and he did. Edgard had done so, and then people had found out from him when he was drunk that about the fact that there was this group moving through that he was a part of.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and that's why you guys received the letter. I didn't make that clear, but Reinbout would have told you guys. That's why he sent you the letter in the first place, because So that's the whole reason you guys got that letter, is because what Edgar did.
Damn it, Edgar.
Anyway, so Reinbout accepts that, and he nods at Nox and says, "A fair punishment," and then says, "You all can go back to what you're doing." All right. So let's see. So anyways, anything else you guys want to do this night before you go to bed?
Anna will ask who wants to camp out in her tent for the night.
Well,
Might
of
as
course.
Yep.
All right. So you do it again.
I would ask to see Anna's armor.
Sure. Takes it off. I suppose for the evening anyway.
You're just wearing leather armor, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, poetry?
Yeah.
How much is a pound of steel worth to you?
What do you mean?
He
much
means
is
gold
one-
wise. How much would you say it costs?
I don't know. That's a good question. A pound of steel. I mean, steel is probably pretty
I
expensive.
believe the handbook actually
It has
answers
a
that
price for iron. I don't think it has one for steel.
Yeah, it has
question. True,
like
steel would be a lot more expensive
Yes.
since it's
it
high
has like a
carbon.
couple.
Let me see. Hold on.
and adding carbon to iron was kind of
Pound of
difficult.
Oh,
iron.
I have it. I have
A
steel.
pound of iron is 1 silver piece.
Yeah, a pound of steel is 4 gold pieces.
Okay,
I found a good list that actually looks pretty reasonable.
I will expend 5 pounds of my steel.
Right. How much do you have with you?
30.
You have 30. You just carried around 30 pounds of steel. That's
Yeah.
You
hilarious.
seen this
Smith.
woman?
I love it. No, I'm just
She's
surprised.
massive.
That is very fitting.
No, I'm not
and besides
surprised.
there's armor that weighs like 50 pounds on its own.
Yeah.
Where'd you get this steel? You just like bought it somewhere?
He started it with it.
I'm a
Oh.
smith.
You know, that takes yeah. No, it takes I think yeah, this is I think this is from a book. So yeah, I'll use this. This looks like a pretty. I'm gonna bookmark this actually.
Is that the one that has like a lot of them?
Yeah, it has iron on there for 1
And
silver.
it has
which
like
is what Jack
it has
said,
like
so,
little
yeah.
pictures of the
little
doors, yeah.
little like orbs. Yeah,
little
I
like
like
circles. Yeah.
It.
Okay.
I like it. Yeah.
That's the one that I looked up as well. I forgot to ask you about it. though.
Yeah, no, that's that seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, that one seemed good to me.
Yeah, and so yeah.
Yeah, I will just spend an hour and make it studded leather armor.
Ooh, you bang some studs into it. Nice.
I mean,
Well,
essentially.
Well,
it's
technically,
mostly
studded
magic.
leather has plates on the inside of it. It just
Yeah.
looks like studs on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, you
It's
know,
reinforced leather. Yeah.
just magically warping shit into shit.
So you're just like you like take a little chunk of iron, smack the armor with a hammer, and suddenly it shapes
It did-
itself. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
like logically, I would just have to like sit there and just let my magic do the work.
I mean,
but
I'm
she would
assuming you could do
definitely-
some
she would
actual
definitely
hammer
pull
strokes.
out
I just
the
like the
hammer
image of
and,
you-
like,
of you
just
asking
smash the armor
To
up
look
on-
at my armor, and you're just taking a block of,
I was assuming it was,
fucking steel and hammering it at my armor, and suddenly bits of it are disappearing onto. It's
I
like,
thought it was
I-
like
oh.
magic
Yeah,
assisted
I would-
smithing. Yeah.
It is magic, yeah.
Yeah, magic assisted
Uh,
smithing.
It's not magic assisted. It's just like it is just magic. But
old habits.
It's a ritual.
but
Yeah.
That's
you
how you're
know,
doing the ritual.
Yeah,
You
I
worship
would like
with
to
your
think-
hammer.
I would like to think that I just lay the armor out, place 5 pounds of steel on it, and then just start
It's like
wailing
and
on
it's
it
like
with my
and
big
it's like
hammer.
poof and it just appears in the arm. Yeah. Alright, so alright, so that's cool. So you do that. Anything else before you guys go to bed and get going the next day?
I guess afterwards, Anna would be, thanks. I'll have to repay you for this sometime. Like, I don't literally think I have enough gold to pay you for it, for the actual value of it.
It'd be 25 gold that I used, but
That would be
That
all
I
of
would-
my money almost.
I would tell you not to worry about it.
All right, maybe I won't die.
You seem to be the least armored in the group, so
Yes,
I'm wearing scale mail.
Me too.
fuckers.
I've been wearing scale mail since the start of this.
I have.
Alright, so I need to pop my character
I've
sheet
been
back
wearing
in.
splint armor.
Anyway,
Alright.
bubble back up. I'm assuming Smithy lady is going to sleep in the tent as well.
Alright.
How big is the tent?
It's a 10 foot
10 foot?
sphere, and
Well,
it can
10 foot
house
radius,
like.
So it's 20 feet.
It says how
across.
many it can house. 9 creatures of medium size or smaller.
Hmm,
If a large creature's inside of it, the spell fails, I believe.
It's 20 feet across, so
nice.
plenty of room.
Yeah, plenty of room.
I like to think that somebody tries to like lean against the side and they just fall through.
Alright.
What is the floor made out of?
Just like
Force.
force.
Yeah. A force field.
Can I hammer like tent pegs into it?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Why would
It
you need a
depends. It
tent?
depends on.
I gotta have my privacy.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Map tonight.
It's kind of an interesting question since you can presumably pass through the walls at will. Can
Well, was the
since
tent
you
in
if you have the
the-
tent in presumably if you had the tent stuff inside the dome beforehand, could you like will
We'll,
the pegs to go through it into the ground?
we'll say that you can do that if you really want. Yeah. If you really want to
Alright.
I
make
imagine the
it-
rest of us are giving you a very strange look since
Yeah.
you're taking up half of the interior of the dome with a
I'm
fucking tent.
I'm not setting up the entire tent. I just like
You cordon off a section.
You're gonna put a
Yeah.
you're gonna put a
I'm
tarp
gonna
up in front
put
of you.
one of those little
A
fake
divider.
walls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
divider.
divider.
Alright, sounds good. You have your own section now. Ooh, excuse me.
I lean over to Knox. What do you think he's doing back there?
I don't think you want to know.
Okay, anyway.
I can hear you.
No, you can't.
I
Other
have
than the
very
orc,
good
this
hearing.
Is, other than the orc, this is an orb full of female, so
Oh fuck, you're right.
I can hear you.
Oh my god, you're right. It's all female now.
you
except
think
Ulf.
you think there's been some
Or in
tension
Grizzles.
building up.
I mean, assuming, are you letting Grizzle sleep in here or not?
Shit, I just deleted my clothes, not my armor.
Yeah, of course.
Oh no.
I'm naked in the tent now.
Ah,
Is
I
so
can't
When
see
you,
any
when
of
you
this.
accidentally unequip armor in like an RPG and your character just becomes naked.
is
Okay, let's add fine clothes back to my.
I imagine
slippers.
Grizzle's in here.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
we got plenty of space still. We're not even
So
close to the limit.
So you guys go ahead and get to sleep and get a good night's rest. No one interrupts you. And in the morning, when you guys wake up, you know there was a watch throughout the night. You guys didn't have to watch, which is a nice break. And nothing. The night passed pretty uneventfully. However, I'm gonna have Matt roll me another d6. You got that, Matt? Matthew?
Matt.
Matt? Mr. Mr. Ulf?
I don't think he's here.
Rip.
That
I
might
can
go
roll
off
if
and
you
it's not
prefer.
muted.
You might be eating or
Oh.
something.
Here, I'll roll a d6.
Alright, you guys are fine. So, the...
Oh, we're fine either way.
Probably, I mean, yeah. Maybe. Who knows?
People around us, maybe not so much.
So you are so night passes uneventfully, and so you wake up and again breakfast is on the house here. You get made some
Yeah, imagine
eggs
around
and
the time
bacon.
that Anna wakes up, just suddenly the dome, boop,
Yep.
gone.
You get eggs and bacon for breakfast.
And now my tent falls apart. On
Rainbow-
top of me.
Rainbow and
Because
Yordred
the
and
pegs were
Richard
hammered into force.
horse.
they're busy directing the other men, getting them all packed up. But you guys are done well before them. You're used to this, and as you guys are eating breakfast, though, Edgard comes up to Nox, tries to do it privately, and he says, "Thanks for what you did for me."
I trust you've learned your lesson.
Yeah, no, I was just worried that Reinbold or Jordred, they're a little more harsh. They might have just kicked me out completely, and I really want to fight. I really want to help.
Well, you'll help, or just be sure to lay off the drink.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
And he nods to you, and then goes off. That's all he says.
Welcome back.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. And then he but he might like throw you a smile as he walks away. So yeah, a friendly wink.
Horny
No, just
D&D.
kidding. So the
Matt,
so
roll a d6. Let's see what would have happened if you had rolled it.
no, I already
Roll was
had
supposed to.
we already had Drake roll. It's fine. If you want to though, you can.
I just want to see what would have happened if he rolled it.
Oh, error.
Error.
What? Oh,
Error.
You don't get a d6.
Error.
Alright, so you would have been fine. So then you guys pack up with all the other volunteer soldiers are still packing up their stuff, their tents. Again, they're not as used to life in the wilderness and on the road like this as you guys are by now.
I'm rude.
You guys have a sort of a routine going.
Oh no.
So so you guys just are gonna go ahead and head off now.
I imagine.
All right, and Reinbout, maybe you'll share some last minute details with Reinbout. That's okay. And so
So
your
you're
plan
actually
is
gonna ride your horse now, I'm assuming?
Or we can hang stuff off of it.
yeah.
Was because from what I understand is you need a saddle to put stuff
Well,
on it.
you need specifically saddle bags, which are a separate thing.
And
yeah,
your
saddlebags are. a
Or
thing
you
as
need
well.
a
There's
pack
also
saddle.
A pack saddle.
There's a
yeah.
pack saddle, which is really cheap, but then I think that precludes you from riding it also.
And so
I believe
you guys are heading to the old monastery site, which is up there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. Sounds good. So it's going to be like a little, a little less than a day's travel. Unless because it's a little bit of rougher terrain here, a little hilly, still some foresty stuff. Not the easiest terrain to travel through. So it's going to be most
You
of the
won't get
day
lost.
to get there. Go ahead and who wants to roll a d12?
I'll roll a d12.
Didn't you do the last one?
No.
Okay, never mind then. Yeah, you're good. Roll a
Layna
d12. Okay.
Yeah! Combat!
Luckily, a 1, it's a 11 or 12 that gets you combat in the system I use. So you're fine.
No!
And because you're not traveling on the roads, nothing else is going to happen to you guys. It is a mostly uneventful day of
Like
travel.
to imagine the griffin just eats all of the encounters that we never know about.
Yeah, pretty much. So you guys make it here at in mid-evening. The sun is setting, and so only 3 of you guys have been here now that you have new members. But again, a quick reminder of what it looks like. It is it's at the top of this like ridge line, not a super tall set of mountains necessarily, but some decent sized hills or decent small mountains that this monastery used to sit on top of. And again, as I described last time, it's sort of like a pretty well treed, like alpine looking pine trees and stuff everywhere, going up this little trail that leads up there. And when you reach the top, then it is just it's basically just flat, where it looks like, the whole, it basically looks like someone took a knife and went shook and cut it all off. So that's to set the scene. It's on the, again, it was sort of up against the side of a mountain, so now there's just some jagged rock there. And yeah, it's just a plateau now, mostly completely flat plateau.
Here's my spell slot back.
And yeah, you're all full health or whatever, full spell slots. So you guys reach the edge of this plateau at the end of the path leading up to it, and are here again. And like I described last time, it's almost like when you guys are going up here, it's almost like this fog starts to surround you. Almost unnaturally so. And to remind you guys what happened last time, when you had started walking forward closer to the central point where the stairs were that led down to the catacombs, that's when you had basically been able to, when you got, I think, within 60 feet or so, then you saw the ghost dude or whatever. So, so you roughly know that that's probably going to happen again, I'm assuming, unless something drastically
At least some of us.
Yeah, some of you. So how do you want to approach this? Are you going to try to talk to him? Are you going to try to fight him?
Well,
I'm just going to walk forward and see what happens.
yeah.
All right. So as you guys are walking forward, like I described the first time in our, I think it was like a second session, then as you start going, you start to hear whispers in your head, just like these tiny little whispers, like, but they start to gradually increase as you guys get closer. And when you guys get within 60 feet of the entrance, then again, sort of materializing out of the air is this dude again. And I have the description up again. He's a human-looking dude. I mean, he's a ghost-looking human dude. And let me find it. Yeah. He's just he looks like he's armored. He's dressed like a paladin or something like that. Some sort of warrior of an order maybe. And he.
I thought he was dressed like a monk before.
I mean, he has monk like monk marks on that, I think. But he's armored definitely.
Oh, okay.
And
I do remember a sword last time.
he does also have a sword that has a slight glow to it. But
I mean, like all of him looks like a ghost.
yeah, that's true actually. But so he's holding it out to the side, and he looks at you all, or he materializes, and whenever you guys get a little closer, again the voices are escalating this whole time though. The whispers.
I would like to get within 30 feet.
All right, so when you get with at 30 feet, he says, "Stop."
Okay.
Do you stop?
Hello again.
I'm going to tell him to go away.
You tell me to go away. That I
That's he vanishes.
I feel like you three, I recognize you. Where from?
That's right. We've been here before.
You were here before. When?
Of course.
Some time ago.
I do not remember completely.
We
Might
defeated the
recognize
worms in the
4 of
basement.
us, actually.
And the other two.
he would slightly remember 4 of us.
The other two.
Dead and gone.
The monk one.
Left.
He's not dead. He just decided to
That's-
quit.
He's the gone one.
That's the only one I really remember, but I recognize the other 3 of you. And the new 2. And that one, and he points to Grizzles. I think I remember him too.
I believe you killed that one almost.
Yeah, Grizzles is like cowering behind Anna.
How to
I'm
game
going
him. He
to
definitely was
extend my
dead.
hand out toward the ghost. I'm Miles. I'm a hunter of souls.
He will not accept your handshake. He just looks at you.
Rude.
I look at Miles and say, he's a ghost.
I'm aware.
Do you all have something I may help you with, even though in my failed deathly state?
Well, you see, we found the cultists who moved your monastery, and, well, to put it bluntly, there are things in your basement that we need that may help us defeat them.
My word from last time still stands. Do not
I
take,
wasn't there. What was your word from last
Which
time?
is?
do not take the artifacts that belong to the people that once lived here.
I was rather afraid that would be the position.
What if we promise to return them later?
I failed my duty the first time. I cannot fail in this final duty that I have been stuck with in death.
I'm going to look him deep in his eye and say, yes, you can.
And with that, he disappears. And the voices in your head grow louder and louder. They're almost deafening now. Not deafening.
I don't think he liked that.
But the voices in your head are like, whoa.
Oh,
Yeah,
hello there.
and it's
was me the whole
they're not
time.
saying they're not saying anything in particular, but they are just sort of doing this this like wailing, this constant wailing now.
Well, shall we go in?
Well, I suppose.
I suppose we must.
All right.
I'm going
I
to
walk
draw
in.
my rapier.
Yeah.
Actually, not getting my spear.
And I draw my Morningstar and shield.
I'm gonna cut my finger. Ow.
Ew.
So emo. Yeah, I draw my sword and board.
Anna's gonna like half pull her rapier out, kind of look at it, look at everyone else's fancy weapons, and just put it back like that.
I mean,
Hey, mine's just a normal rapier, not even enchanted or anything.
And then you guys are gonna go
I'll
down.
have my shield out, but that's it.
Right.
I'm not the combat character anyway.
And then you guys are gonna go down
That's
into the ruins.
yeah, go down
Yes.
the stairs.
Alright, the stairs, the catacombs, yeah. Alright, so let me describe to you what you find. Oh my god. That's not as exciting. Sorry, nothing. We're good. Don't worry. I'll tell you guys later.
Oh yeah, it'll be dark down there, so I guess like after a little while, Anna would take her rapier back out and light it up.
Alright, sounds good. So let me describe it to you.
I thank you.
There are two staircases. There's a staircase that leads down into almost like a foyer region, or a foyer room, sorry. There's so the first set of steps leads down directly into this pretty wide open room, and on the walls, I didn't really describe this well the first time, but on the walls of this room, like this room is empty, but on the walls of it there are sort of maybe like art depictions of things, scenes and battles and like people, and like maybe some poems or like scripts were written on here.
Anything referencing the artifacts that we already have?
No. Most of this stuff, and this is why I didn't really describe it. Most of this stuff is like referencing the history of the monastery itself. In fact, though, actually, maybe I'll say something. Now that you have been in the monastery itself, when you were, the whole captive part of the adventure, maybe you actually recognize on one of the walls a building that you saw when you were briefly there. So as a sort of confirmation that this maybe this was the basement of that same monastery you guys were in. I will say that. So you see some confirmation of that. But other than that, it's just like showing scenes of the monastery, maybe showing the construction of the monastery, all that sort of thing. It's none of it is about the doll room stuff or the other order stuff, But so there's this room, this wide open room, and meanwhile you hear the voices getting a little louder and a little louder the further you go. So there's this room, and then at the opposite end of this room there is what was I gonna say? Then there's just another door that leads, and another set of stairs that leads down. And this time, when you get to the bottom of these stairs, you find the catacomb itself, the ruins where the stuff is here. And to describe this to you again, let me get to my notes again from the session. So, so three of you have seen this before, but the other two haven't. So, but just to remind you all, of course, out of character, it is there were 6 tombs in here. There are 6 tombs, each of them above and behind, like set into the wall. Each tomb had above it a sort of case, actually like glass cases that had these items in them. However, 4 of them were broken into. already when you guys had been here, and 2 of them were not. I don't know. Did I describe to you guys what was actually in them? If
Yeah.
not, okay.
Yes.
It was a like a chain shirt in one,
Mhm.
and a wand in the other.
Correct.
And then there was like the. Did you guys take everything else from like? There was like the amulet around the. Yeah,
got
you
the
took that. That
amulet.
was the amulet of proof against detection location.
I think we took some gold.
Maybe.
And I think that was it. But so are you guys? So these things are in glass. These 2 items are in glass cases. You can search around beforehand or just break them now or whatever. Meanwhile, the voices are getting louder and louder, and now they're pretty darn loud.
Well, Miles, no swords, unfortunately, but I wave my hands at the 2 remaining cases.
Well, what's in them?
Well, on that side, you've got chainmail or something, or a chain shirt.
It
On
definitely.
that side, a wand.
I would tell you the chainmail definitely has an interesting glimmer to it, not like other armor.
Yeah, you described it before as a silver.
Yeah.
I would look at the.
Well, you
I
just
would look
supposed
at
to be
the armor.
smash and grab, or
I suppose so.
I smash and grab.
Go for it, Ghost Hunter.
Which one what do you go for?
The armor.
Okay.
Alright, and with that, you hear a. Well, so the glass shatters, no problem. But you also hear a screech in your ear, like, ah!
Roar!
A screech of pain almost, or anger, rage. And then the voices are even
I'm gonna-
louder now. But nothing else happens, you know?
I'm going to use an action and say some holy shit, and then
What does that do?
any ghostly beings that you have should make a wisdom saving throw.
Well, what does it do, though? Like, can you put it in the chat?
Yeah.
See or hear you within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving
Alright,
throw.
yeah. Let me see.
So I guess the question is there anything within 30 feet of you?
Yeah, I
mean, I'd probably stay in like
yeah
in the most advantageous place for it.
the like in the center of the room or next to Miles.
Yeah.
Or so yeah, the voices definitely die down.
I don't think they like
Well-
that.
Annoying.
Suppose while we've done this, you might as well grab that wand. Nox will smash open that case and snatch the wand up.
Alright. Sounds
Now we
good.
better leave.
I start leaving.
Quickly.
Quickly!
Okay. And let's see. Let me look at something. What's the wisdom save on that? What's the DC?
Yeah, let me tell you. 14.
Alright. I just need to look at something real quick.
Yeah, I boosted strength first.
And hold on 1 second. Okay, sounds good. So, sounds good. So you guys start running up the stairs to leave, and
I would also like, I suppose, like while we're running, I'm going to use Divine Sense again.
okay, sounds good.
If you want to, because I can use it up to 4 times a day. So
Alright, sounds good. So you sense as you're going up the stairs to get to that middle room, you sense the presence of one undead ahead of you in the room ahead.
I would convey that to the group. Be like, there's an undead in the group ahead of us.
Well, we'll have to fight through it.
Alright, and Hold on. So do you guys just like run into that room then?
I suppose so.
I am firmly in the middle of the group. I'm not going in there first.
Which two go in first? It's a double wide staircase. Two people can go in at
Well,
once.
I'm obviously in front if we're
Me
going
and
somewhere.
I was gonna say Ulf and
Hi.
Miles probably.
Sounds good. So you guys move up to the top of the stairs and in the room, and in front of you, you see the
Nox
dude.
is the tankiest out of all of us now.
In
Whoa.
front of you, you see the dude, and you're gonna have to roll me initiative.
Might actually be true.
Dun dun dun. Because he
No,
very
it is true.
clearly means to fight, and I'll describe more in a second.
Drop us.
Map
I'm
drop.
gonna drop you guys. Don't worry. Let's see if this works correctly. Can you guys
Wow.
Oh, okay.
I guess I stuck with that.
hold on? 1 second. Let me.
Oh,
God damn it! I will always roll better for other people.
Hold on. I gotta adjust the stream.
I look forward to Grizzles doing nothing.
Doing
else.
nothing.
Well, he's got a sling now, so you can throw a pebble at the ghost and see if that does
Yeah.
anything.
Not but darkness.
is there a reason?
No,
Wait, who's
top left.
this?
Top left.
Why can I select this person? Is this me?
That is a very large map, and we can see almost none of it.
Yeah, it's a large map.
I
There were-
can still not see any of it.
Go to
Who
the.
dis?
You can probably see
Top
it.
left.
Go to the top right.
New map, who dis?
Nope, I can't.
I
But
think you should be. Oh, you don't have sight. Here you go. Now you can see.
there you go.
Did you update the sheet? Or just...
No,
I'm
I got
gonna.
it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
see.
that's Ulf.
not-
Why is
they
Ulf
didn't.
over there?
They didn't give me sight. He didn't give me sight.
You
What
did
do you
it?
mean why it's all over there? He's next to all of us.
Hold on.
No,
Should
like
give
if you go
sight.
to the left, there's
I
another
can't
me
see over there.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
was from
I
the
can
first
see
battle.
that hole.
That's fine. I mean, that's
Oh,
the old battle scene, so
There's
doesn't
two
matter.
of you still, so you're
I'm
seeing
not
two
really.
different areas.
I'm not. You can delete it if you
Yeah.
want. I'm not really. It's not spoiling
No.
anything. You already. It's spoiling the past. Hold on. Let me edit this.
I have a token.
I'm
bowl.
going to use my spectral
gave it to you?
form to loot everything in this room.
I dragged you
We
out.
already-
You didn't use the token. If
We
it's a
already
different one than
looted
that.
though.
Yeah, we did.
It had one of those fancy stones in the back of the room or whatever.
Yeah, the black
Mm,
stones.
Once upon a yeah, one of the.
So
The one that Nox used, I believe.
can you see
Mhm.
now, Perplex?
I've been
That's
able to
the
see.
right
Yeah,
one.
Oh, okay.
you gave me
sounds,
sight.
sounds good.
But I did make like an actual token as well that you are refusing to use.
I just dragged it from your character. Like I dragged your.
I
character.
mean,
I just
Are
did
you
like
just-
I
I'm-
just dragged it.
I'm
and it
aware
just-
what you did. You dragged my background image, which is different than the token that I gave you.
Well,
to
you
use, but-
should have set it up. Obviously, not me.
I'm not allowed to set up tokens, you piece of shit.
I'm just. All right, hold on. Let me. Did you guys? Is it in the tracker?
Like I don't care right now. I'm just
Let me
saying.
see.
I
Is
do
it-
have an actual token.
Is it in
as well.
the tracker?
Well, so none of us were in the map. And
Oh, that's
So-
fair. All right. Well,
you
Time
here,
to
can
roll
reroll
initiative again.
you can
Yeah.
re-roll it and then edit it to your
Yeah, I'll-
then edit it to your original. Meanwhile, this is hold on.
Excuse me, I didn't tell you
Mine's
to.
almost
I think
the
I'll just
same.
take my new roll. Thank you very much.
Shit, I
I
don't think
clicked
so,
on my
buddy.
character, and it said that I didn't.
Well, roll again.
We're like 7 times now.
1 second.
Well, according to this, I'm going first. So.
Apparently he
That's
does
how that
not.
works.
Oh, I need to click on the boy. There we go. That should make it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Miles cut himself
There we go.
already.
Yep. It actually lowers my max HP, but
Oh,
I don't want to forget what my max
shit.
HP is.
Let's go. Look at that. Ooh.
Wait. Oh, that's Grizzles. Okay.
But look at above him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're all getting
I know.
fucking trashed by the kobold as far as initiative goes.
Alright, so however, hold on 1 second. Let me look at something real quick.
Which I guess makes sense. He's the Dex boy.
he is a dex boy.
By the way, we're gonna say 30 seconds has passed since you did the turn undead thing.
Well, it
5
wouldn't affect. It wouldn't affect this guy, but it would
Right.
turn whoever got turned for another 30
yes,
seconds.
exactly. This guy wouldn't be here if he wasn't turned, but I made checks for all them.
Yeah. This guy.
So, but yeah, so the other ones will not necessarily be here, but they will be able to maybe be here if there are more there are more voices, obviously, and you heard them fade away. Let's just say you hear them still fainter now, and you have 30 seconds left. All right. Meanwhile, though, however, 1 second before we get started here.
Be advised.
Okay.
Why did you post 3 of them?
So the other thing is that I need the first 2 of you. You've come up over the top of the stairs and can see this thing now. And while he looks similar to the guy as before, he now has a ghoulish look to him. The skin is draping. He looks decomposing. His like skin is draping off his face. It's the same dude, but he's not presenting himself to you in a nice way now. So
Post
now
the bobblehead one.
So now,
did.
How many times are you going to post these?
So now I'm going to need you to
As many times it takes.
the first 2 up
Please
there,
stop.
Ulf and Miles. I need you guys
destroy
to
that
make
channel.
me a wisdom saving throw, both of you.
Oh no. Oh, never mind. Miles.
1 sec. I'm reading my thing because I can't remember if I get anything for saves relating to undead and such.
I get something for saves. I don't remember what though.
Don't you have like an aura or something by now?
No,
Me?
it's
No,
gonna
I do
say-
not. Wisdom save?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know eventually, like,
Okay.
you'll just have a
15.
aura
gets
of
his-
you cannot be frightened.
He gets his first aura next level.
All right.
That's a great one.
Mhm. And by the way, and so the
Me or Miles?
so yeah, you guys don't you know it's a pretty nasty looking sight, but you're not affected by it.
So I'm assuming the rest of us kind of just see them shiver a bit. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
and when you get up to where they are, you're gonna, see it as well.
don't worry, I am
We'll
going
get
to
to
go
that.
up there with my eyes closed.
Is it any kind of action to recall information? I can't remember.
If you have to make a skill check to try and do
up to the
something,
DM.
it's an action.
It's up to the DM.
Yeah, I
Just-
would say so. I would say if you really want to remember, like obviously this thing is undead, you don't need.
Yeah, I can tell that
Yeah,
much.
like if you want to like try to figure out
If
which
you want to
type
do
of
an
undead
investigation
exactly,
or
then
something,
definitely
it would be
it'll-
an action.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that. The very basics is clear to you. It's a
Yeah,
I
guess it would be
undead
like-
is probably weak to radiant damage.
yeah.
It'd be like
Um,
Arcana or Religion, I suppose, to try and actually examine it.
Yeah. So 1 second.
But it's not my turn either way, so it doesn't matter.
So with that, it is actually its turn now. At the top of
Oh, no.
initiative. So it is going to. What will it do?
Fireball.
Yeah, it's gonna fireball you guys.
Fireball.
No.
Lightning breath.
Nox, we need that shield up here.
I mean, it only helps me.
No, then give it to
You can
somebody
stand
else.
at someone. I think we still have
Stand
to
in
attune to
someone? Yeah,
Stand in
you have to
front of
be-
someone.
You have to be attuned to it to get the effects.
Hmm.
And people,
One second.
unfortunately, don't count as solid objects blocking area effects.
Correct.
Right, and it's going to it is going to walk over. Let's see. Wait, hold on. How far is it?
It's gonna do things.
It is barely too far to. Oh no! Wait, no. Never mind. It doesn't move like a normal person. All right, we're good.
Liar.
It's going to move over here, and it's going to reach out to Miles, and it's going to say to all of you in general, like with a more ghastly tone to his voice, say, "You all should have listened." And a grim smile is on its face, and it's gonna reach out to you, and I'm gonna need you to make me a charisma saving throw. Miles?
Trying to turn Miles.
Those boys.
You forget I'm a warlock.
Okay. Yeah. No,
He's trying to get inside one of us.
Yeah. Hold
Or
on.
it's like fucking skin.
I mean, hopefully one of us doesn't turn, 100.
Sounds
like-
good.
If it is a ghost, it has to use that as an action. It's not like an automatic thing.
It doesn't have to use an action. It's when you see it.
It's under the actions list.
Mm.
We've messed with ghosts before.
This one, it doesn't need to.
Yeah,
I-
okay, that's bullshit. I'm just letting you know.
All right. So, next
Well,
up.
he failed, so he obviously has to try something else.
Next up is Grizzles.
Can he see the thing?
He hasn't stepped forward.
I'm gonna say once they step into the room, then is when they would see it.
I don't know, DM. Do you think Grizzles is dumb enough to like run into the room?
Probably not. I mean, he's probably like.
I mean, he's probably dumb enough. He's just probably too cowardly
Yeah,
too.
he's probably too cowardly.
He'd probably end up going back down the stairs. Let's be honest.
If anything, I feel like the most likely thing he would do at this point is probably cower.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be like the actual feature, I don't know.
Probably not, because that's like to get an advantage over somebody thing.
Well, it's basically to distract and try and.
Well, right. So that he would have to know that enemies could see him to actually do that.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's just gonna probably prepare to use that sling or something. If Ghostly Boy shows up in line of sight,
Mm-hmm.
fucking use Ulf as a meat shield.
Yep.
Ulf might not be that meat shield here pretty quick.
Alright, and so that would bring us to. So he doesn't do anything then, or like he.
Yeah, just prepare a slingshot
Right, yeah.
probably.
Alright, so Miles then.
Miles.
So there's a skeleton man in front of me.
Skeleton.
Well, a
Ghosty
melty face
skeleton.
ghost boy.
Ghosty dude, yeah.
Yeah, they're all the same thing. They're all just undead.
Yeah, you're the expert.
Wow,
Yeah. So
that's racist.
I'm actually going to think.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm going to think about this one. Through my knowledge of undead,
Mm-hmm.
would I know if this particular undead would have the ability to see in magical darkness?
Oh no.
Let's see.
I forgot what combat was in this game.
Dodge
Roll
action,
me-
here I come.
I would say, roll me a Arcana. An Arcana check.
All right, I had advantage on these.
Yeah, no, I assumed you did.
Oof.
No, you don't.
You can't remember for certain.
Nice magic.
All right. So what kind of action does that use?
Well, by rules, a full action.
Yeah.
All right. I think I have stuff I can use my bonus action.
Any of them that don't require an attack trigger. Like a lot of bonus actions have a prerequisite.
I actually do have one that doesn't require anything like that. I am going to cast Hex on this boy,
Alright, sounds good.
and I get to choose an ability score. I'm going to choose Strength, I guess.
Sounds good.
You can also move around his area if you want.
I know. And I'm going to move over like this.
Yep. Alright, sounds good. You move up
Like
behind
it.
him.
Of course, I think ghosts can actually
Yeah.
just move through people like they're rough terrain.
Yeah. I mean, possibly.
I mean, we can too. It just has to be friendly.
So,
Only if
Anna,
there's a
yeah.
size difference. If you're the same size category, you can't.
Not even if they're friendly.
If they're friendly, yeah, but not hostile.
so what
You
does
can't Spider-Man climb over people. Come
what
on.
does Anna want to do?
Oh, and Miles is also going to exclaim, "I have no idea what this thing is."
Pretty sure it's a ghost.
Anna is
Looks
going to
something like
say
I've
Go
said it
get 'em
before,
to,
he's a ghost.
to Layna and Nox and use heroism on them
Okay.
with a second level spell slot.
Sounds good.
Other than that, I'm just gonna sit there holding my rapier that's glowing. So
Mm-hmm.
go get him.
Alright.
I believe in you.
Sounds.
How much is that again? I know you
The,
said it.
it's 4 per round.
Mm-hmm.
It's my good old spell modifier.
Alright. And
It's sad that it only really scales with number of people, but it's still
Yeah. Something.
So next then is going to be Nox.
Okay. Well, I'll move here.
Alright.
I'll move here.
Alright, sounds good. You do
No
not have to
saving
make.
throws?
You do not have to make it yet.
And then I will attack with my Morning Star.
Alright.
Does that hit?
That does indeed.
Oh shit! I should have. So, I'm also going to cast Hex on it.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, that won't affect it past, but
Yeah. Alright, that's
level
okay.
5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, and then I'm gonna attack it with my Morning Star.
The what? Oh yeah. Alright. Yeah, that one also hits.
And I'm gonna hit it with fucking Dex, I guess.
Alright.
Dex ability checks are impacted,
Alright.
and it takes however much a ghost takes of 5 necrotic damage.
Alright. It seems like it is unaffected by.
Yeah, I'm not
I'd
too
imagine.
surprised.
Yeah. Also, it does seem like your Morning Star, when it hits, it doesn't do as much damage as and it doesn't give as much
My
thud as
Morning
you'd
Star is
expect.
actually magical.
Oh yeah, you're right, because it's a packed weapon. Forgot about that. Yeah, all right, sounds good. So it does work as you'd expect it to. Let me do that. Cool.
Layna.
And yeah, Layna.
I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
I'm gonna end my turn.
What does that do?
Press the thing.
Yeah, let me. Boom. Nope, that's not what that is.
It also rolled 3 natty
Um,
ones.
Yeah, that
So what
that
is it?
roll wouldn't apply right now.
Yeah.
Spell.
How do I like
Cast
just
the spell
present
card
it?
in the spell
There's
thing.
like the little
Yeah. It's like
button.
it's like very inconvenient that you can't just show what it is
You have to change the thing.
without changing the whole setting of it.
Mhm.
You could put
You
a
could create
duplicate
another
of
one.
it on it and make one of them a spell card cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spell card. Boom.
Is this your card?
Also, I
There you
love that
go.
I can maintain Hex for up to 8 hours.
Okay.
Basically, if
Cool.
they start their turn within 15 feet of me, or if they come within 15 feet of me for the first time, they take 3d8 of damage.
Alright.
So basically,
Which-
they will take 3d8 of damage on their turn.
Yeah.
Unless you somehow die before their next turn.
Yeah.
Or lose
Yes.
concentration.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, makes sense. Got it. Just remind me.
My turn.
Yeah, it is your turn.
I
Alright,
look forward to seeing how you get one-shotted now.
Ulf is just going to move there. He's going to attack it with his sword both times and use Divine Smite if it hits. So,
Alright.
yep, come on, go. There it is. All right, so there's the first one. And he's doing these at level 2 spells. So you take the... No, that's Thunderous Smite. That's not what I want. Divine Smite. So 14, 15. That's 29 damage so far.
It's
Alright.
not asking you what level to cast it at.
He has it set up as an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he has the left side as a first level slot, and the right side is a second level slot.
Yeah.
So
I guess that works for
then
now.
Does that one hit the 16?
Yeah. And
then Divine Smite, so that's 10. So
Pretty
that's
sure this guy's like
Yeah,
That
and
might
when
be
you,
overkill.
Super dead.
and when you hit him with that second blow, you smack him, and he lets out a screech and dissolves into nothing.
Well, that was easy.
And
We could have done this peacefully.
We tried.
he dissolves into nothing,
Sort of.
and yeah, you still hear those other voices though.
All right, people, let's keep moving.
Time's ticking.
At this point, I'm going to sheathe my rapier and summon the spear.
All right, and yeah, and you guys keep going, and
As we
start-
leave
Get
Knox
behind
and
me.
Yeah.
Layna behind.
and you run and make it off of the like plateau area before, and the voices fade away. So you don't.
I'm
have
sure
to
no one will
do-
ever come here and get killed by those voices.
Yeah. So they, I
How much
mean, yeah.
damage did I actually do? 29, 30, 40, 50 damage in one turn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
That's paladins, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
Now
a
you just
clergy
need
somewhere.
to take 2 levels
deal with
of
this.
barbarian and get so you can have reckless attack for advantage, and then get great weapon master.
All right. So
He's the
Raider
so
weapon
that
master.
is.
I mean, just get a bigger weapon.
Right.
So yeah. So
Okay.
that that's you guys make it out off of
And
the
then change your
plateau
fighting style.
safely.
Dope. Well, are we resting here, or are we heading off a little?
Probably should.
I would prefer to put at least
Rest
an hour between us
somewhere.
in this place.
Fair enough.
'Cause I believe it was early evening anyway when we got here. So we should be able to travel a little bit. I think we were in there all of like 10 minutes.
That went quite a bit better than the last few ghosts I've fought.
What usually happens.
I usually have to hit them a few more times.
Well, that's what happens when you have God on you. And I pat off on the back.
He's just like, what?
God, what?
Oh, yeah.
I
I think you're the only person in the party. Well, no, you're one of 2 people now that explicitly worships a god, I think.
Yes. Dumrish.
Yeah.
I mean, you could ask Miles about his faith.
Yeah, we
I
don't care about it though.
I mean, Layna worships a god, doesn't she?
I wouldn't say that I necessarily worship a god.
Okay.
More of like an employment thing.
Yes,
Yeah. Or an
because they
inspiration.
called upon me.
Yeah.
You You know,
You're like a subcontract.
I didn't call upon them to give me great powers. They called upon me to give me great powers. So,
Alright.
I mean, that's kind of
Like-
what Domrish did to me too.
So you
but-
look at it as like a payment up front kind of job.
yeah,
Alright, so you guys are gonna go and like travel an hour and then camp for the night and continue on towards the Drake site, or what's the deal?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good.
Boys.
And-
if I ever
um,
find out more about my god that has
Also, we have a couple of
Recently gotten
magical
an-
items to examine.
Mhm.
Right.
Yes.
That's
Figure
what
out
I'm
if
gonna.
Tomb
Do-
raiding was worth it.
That's what I'm gonna do during my rest. Is use an hour of that time to identify this wand.
Alright.
Yeah, I would also like to identify this armor.
Alright. Sounds
Can't wait
good.
till one of them's cursed.
So, well, I mean, identifying doesn't spring
Bring
the
back
curse
the
on you.
nug.
It just doesn't.
Yeah,
let
you
do
won't
it.
know about the curse until you attune.
Uh-huh.
Bring back the nug.
Does Anna dome up when we?
Yeah,
get to the
once
resting spot?
we decide that we're going to be going to sleep.
Okay.
Since the last 8 hours, it'll roughly cover our whole night.
Alright.
Cool.
Alright, sounds good. So, you all are gonna identify it with your rests or whatever to look at.
Yeah. You have to spend an hour
Okay.
to identify something, and then you have to spend it in a different rest. You can spend an hour to attune to it after
Okay,
that.
I got you.
Or you can attune to it without identifying
Yeah.
it, but that's, I wouldn't call it smart.
Yeah, and I
Well,
don't-
it's not necessarily
you don't have to attune to
dumb
wands
because
normally either,
either
so-
way, you won't find out about the curse until
Well,
it's
yeah,
too
but
late.
like if you attune to something without identifying it, you still don't know how it works.
Yeah. All right. So the wand turns out to be a wand of magic detection.
Well, I don't need my spell anymore.
frees up a That's a slot for you.
And
Yeah,
just
you
the
can,
Different
yeah.
utility.
just the wand the wand that you find on the compendium is the one. So it
Okay.
has 3 charges, and you can just use an action to cast 1 charge, and it regains 1d3 at dawn every day.
So it's a guaranteed once a day use, which is probably all you'll ever need.
Yeah, so it's so that's one thing, and then the other thing that Miles finds is a Mithril chain shirt.
Oof.
Well, just real quick, I'll hand the wand over to Anna because she's more of a magic-y type than I am. And I'll
I
explain to her.
don't think bards well, I guess it's not.
It's not a tune. You just use it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a thing. Okay, I'll be like, all right.
Well, you're more like a wizard than I am, Anna. So here you go.
So yeah,
Yay!
so it's a
What's it called again?
Wand of magic detection.
Wand of-
so yeah, it is a so yeah, I think it's a I
is
was
in
looking at stuff with Mithril, and I had already had this from the first time you saw it, but it's a Mithril chain shirt, and I don't actually know completely how that actually works, but I know that's
Alright,
what it
so
is.
it's a
It can be
chain
worn under
shirt.
clothes, and it's considered a category lighter, I believe.
It's medium or heavy.
No, it just gets rid
It's
of
con-
the medium, I think.
It gets rid
Like,
of
if you-
dexterity disadvantage
Which
for stealth.
doesn't matter
Yeah.
for chain shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except that it can be worn under clothing.
Yeah, you basically have concealable armor now.
Yeah,
But it's good armor either way.
Yeah, that's what
I mean,
and that's
yeah,
what it
it's
is.
decent.
I think it's actually lighter, which can matter if you're carrying lots of stuff and you're weak.
It is 10 pounds.
Yeah, it's pretty light for a chain shirt, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't remember how much mine was.
Yeah.
Nox, do you want this?
Yeah, chain
Ugh.
shirt normally is 20, so it's half the weight.
It
That's good, at
looks
least.
quite nice, but and I look down at the armor that I'm wearing. This is quite a bit sturdier.
Yes, I'm in the same boat.
But that is what you find. That's what you identify it as.
All right.
Do I know how much this sort of thing would sell for?
Mithril's pretty expensive.
Roll me
in general.
a. I would say roll me.
You might want to ask
a
our smith
history. Oh, well, actually, the smith. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean that's
two
fair.
Smith things.
Which you might want to do that, but I mean,
You
I'm
got,
not
you
gonna.
got
I mean,
you got a former smith and a current smith.
I'm going to think to myself about
What a wonderful
how much
world.
this sort of thing would go for before I ask. I don't want to waste you guys' time.
Yeah. Roll me.
I
Roll me
mean-
like a history check.
We're only literally doing nothing.
Well, let's see. Chain shirt would be worth the base price of a chain shirt plus
you-
the mithril modifier.
You just know
Which
that
is,
it's
I think
50
in
plus like
Xanathar's,
500 or something.
Right? I think
it's.
that's Xanathar's.
You just know that it is. It's going to be a lot more valuable than a normal
gonna-
chain shirt.
It's gonna what?
It's gonna
Cut
be-
out
Be
here.
more.
It's going to be a lot more valuable.
Hey, Layna,
Yes.
you wouldn't happen to know how much mithril chain shirt would be, would you? How much I could sell it for?
Am I also rolling history here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like, what's mithril? No, that's just kidding.
I mean,
You definitely know that. You maybe we'll say in Belster, they didn't really have a lot of mithril. It wasn't, a natural ore that you'd find there. So you don't recall. You know what mithril is, obviously, but you don't know what the prices would be like.
I'm not sure what it would cost, but I'd be excited to find what I could make with it.
See, mithril is uncommon.
And how about you, Wolf? Do you know how much?
Not for sure.
Yeah, you don't know for sure.
How
either.
much? How much? What's the AC?
13 plus dex.
13.
Yeah,
13
dex.
plus Dex.
Yep, and it's only
Yep,
10 pounds,
Okay.
so it's decent. But
Well, whatever we find the price for it, I might be interested in owning such a item.
Alright, so
If
Don't you
I'd
don't
be
you have
willing-
sentimental armor on already?
Yes,
I'd be willing
but
to
you
carry
know,
it if you
it's
didn't want to hold the space, but
Your armor also looks quite a bit.
that's true.
well, you know, if we ever get invited to some formal event, you know, might want
I see your point.
something
so
like going to meet the Baron or.
I see your
yeah.
point.
So I had assumed you guys did you guys want to have Rhinebout and the rest of the men meet you like here somewhere, or just meet you out a little ways away from the Drake's lair? It's up to you guys. It doesn't matter either way to me.
I thought we were gonna. I had assumed we would meet somewhere outside the Drake's lair and break
That-
off and sneak around.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. Oh yeah, that works. So tonight then you'll camp alone. All right.
So
But you're in your dome, so.
at
that's
least like according to Mithril's basically for the purposes of price considered a magic item, isn't it?
yeah.
I believe so.
I have a
So it'd
price
be
line
like worth
in my head.
450 overall.
I have
I
a
don't
price
have
line
that
in
kind
my
of
head,
money.
so you guys can
Yeah.
find it out somehow.
Yeah.
Just not right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, around the like 200.
We
to
should just like
500
sell it
range.
to that noble dude.
So yeah, it'd be
It's
like
the
it'd be like
shirt of Felling.
yeah, here's the here's the shoe of the felly. We turned it into armor.
Well, I guess that's the next thing. Does the mithril shirt? I'm assuming I'd look at it when they're examining it. Have any identifiable marks other than it's a strange,
it has a mark.
expensive-looking metal?
It has a mark of the monastery, the same type of mark that you've seen on the monks' clothes. Which
Is
makes
it
sense. It was
removable?
from the tomb of someone
Is
who
it
was.
removable?
Once I see that, I kind of sigh with relief. At least it doesn't have a fucking bear on it.
Yeah.
Could make it have a bear on it.
I do express my interest in what I could make with it.
So are you
If,
guys?
if we want, if nobody actually
I
wants it.
guess.
No.
I mean, I want.
I guess you could
it to
resmith it into
own-
different armor.
Yeah, but
Maybe
only up
it's-
to 100 gold, right?
Well, magically, but I can naturally smith like.
Mithril is a rare
True.
metal in the first place, so yeah, I guess you could turn it into its weight worth of something else.
Oh, it has to be. I think there's a limit of 100 gold pieces worth.
Yes.
No,
For
so,
magic,
yeah.
but mundane.
But
She's also a
mundane,
mundane.
Yeah, yeah,
smith.
yeah. you could-
Magically, I can like
yeah.
instantly turn anything.
You could definitely
into
try to smith it
whatever,
into something
as
else
long
on
as
your
it's
own,
under
yeah.
100.
Sadly, I
That's
don't
certainly
think you
true.
can actually make anything out of mithril that would be worth less than 100, other than like some arrowheads.
Right, so we'd have to do it the long way, but
So
Yeah, I would have to do it the long way, but like you
yeah,
know,
you can still do it
making
though.
something like a.
I can't remember
mithril
what
splint or
does
something.
what does mithril weaponry give you. I think it does something.
give me a sec, I'll find it. But
Yeah.
continue with your
Oh yeah.
descriptions.
So I had a question though. Are you are you still so now that you guys are living at night in a magic bubble, do you guys just like not care about watches anymore? Because that seems like you don't need it, right?
Anna will just make sure to wake up before the bubble pops in the morning.
All right.
The way that long rests are described is like you're only sleeping 6 hours anyway.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
can
you
still
can
watch.
do you can do
Logically-
things other than sleep for a couple of hours and still get a long rest.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, so logically, like you'll be awake before it pops.
Yeah,
Well, so
and I guess I'm assuming like back before alarms and light switches and stuff, people were pretty good at just waking up. Especially if we can see the sun coming
Yeah, the
through
sun
it
will
when it
still
comes
wake
up.
us up.
Since we can see out, but people can't see in.
But if you guys I'm basically saying I don't think I'm gonna make you guys roll anymore at night. If you always use, as long as you use this, I'm not gonna make you roll at night for encounters because
Okay.
you're like pretty much
Okay.
protected, right?
You
Like,
can
they
go
can't-
ahead and have like if intelligent creatures are hunting us down, they would still be like, hey, there's a bubble in the woods.
Yeah, no,
Wonder
that's,
what that
that's
is.
true.
But
Yeah.
wild animals are just gonna be like sniff around. And leave
Yeah,
again.
exactly. So
that rock is
maybe
weird.
occasionally I'll do that, but for now it'll just be during travels. So that's good. You guys sleep through the night uneventfully, and I'm assuming in the morning you just head off towards your meeting point designated near the
Like
Drake lair?
honestly, I wouldn't mind a bunch of kobolds just randomly showing up and poking it with spears and
that
shit. Like
would be
what's this?
interesting. Yeah.
Can I wear mithril armor under my clothes under another set of armor?
No,
I mean, I think you
I
could,
think you
but
can
it
wear
wouldn't have an
multiple sets of
effect.
armor, but you have to choose what works.
Yeah.
I was
All
gonna
right, that
say,
works
I
for me.
assume
So
the outer
my
one
layers
would
are going to
work.
be mithril armor, common clothes, and scale mail.
Oh my god.
So
Well-
if somebody like says, "Take your armor off," you'll be like, "Sure."
That's actually could be relevant. Who knows?
So-
You're getting the most use out of it of any of us could right now.
So there are no rules for mithril weapons, I think.
Oh, it was adamantine weapons
Yeah.
that I was thinking.
So-
You can
they
probably
do
mix
extra
them
damage
up.
to inanimate,
So if
inanimate
Poetry wanted
objects.
to make something for mithril weapons, that would be up to him. but there's nothing
Yeah,
official.
I could make some.
I guess it would be a lighter version of a weapon.
So
It'd probably be overpowered, but I guess you could have like a two-handed heavy
Right,
weapon
I was
that
thinking
isn't
that
heavy.
as well, but I
Maybe.
think that's so broken.
So what do you
It's like way too broken. Don't do
Well,
that.
no, I actually no. A two-handed weapon that just wasn't heavy would not be broken. That would just mean that like a halfling could use a greatsword,
That would
Oh, well,
actually be
yeah.
awesome.
but it would still be
Yeah.
two-handed.
Yeah.
It'd still be two-handed.
Yeah, because you have to maneuver it. Yeah. All right. Well, so you guys in the morning wake up and I'm assuming you're just gonna start heading towards the Drake lair,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming again you made a copy of the map for them if they had a piece of paper or something and like designated a point,
I
something.
really like the idea of that. Like make a weapon a category lighter than it normally would be, so normal weapons are turn light and
That could be interesting.
Heavy
I'll
weapons
think
are
about
normal.
that. Well, so you guys are gonna head off traveling for the day. Do you guys, talk about anything particular, about plans, do anything like that, scheming? I don't know.
I guess I would probably just discuss with Grizzles about anything that might be relevant.
Oh yeah, that's fair. All right, so he would
Try
tell
and
you.
Probably like the layout of
Yeah.
of the caverns better, how to like negotiate with the kobolds if we do get into that situation.
He would say that he would give you a brief layout. He would say, hold on one second. He would tell you, he'd briefly describe to you the cave system.
All right, so going strictly off of the rules for 3.5 edition,
Oh god.
it's going to be half the price and nothing, or half the weight, and nothing else is going to change.
I'll think about something. I might make something. So anyway, so Grizzles
That makes sense.
Grizzles describes to you how there's like a main cavern that is sort of like the central point of the cave system. There's a main entrance way that goes into it, like a main tunnel, a pretty wide, big tunnel. However, in the like middle of a cavern on the way down this main tunnel, there's actually like a palisade like wall they've built in the inside of the cave, but it's like a 20-foot wall that they built up with a mixture of just like different stones and stuff and wood, like spikes on the outside maybe, so that if anything tries to barge down the tunnel, they have a defense actually set up. So he says that's where that you guys probably don't want to go. It's pretty heavily guarded by the kobolds, but then that leads directly to this main cavern. From this main cavern, off one way, there's one little tunnel that branches off and leads to the breeding rooms, he calls them. The breeding cavern, where essentially they do like rituals and create kobolds out of the mountain, essentially. He doesn't go into detail about that. He says he barely remembers that process, and he hasn't seen it since. Only like they have like a shaman that's involved with it or something, from their clan, and the Drake himself.
Weird shit.
Yeah, weird shit.
How much did you say the mithril chain whatever weighed?
10 pounds.
10 pounds, yeah. There's also, so then that branches off one path. There's another branch that leads to two things. On one side of this branch is the sleeping chambers where all the kobolds sleep and stuff. And then on the other side is the little tunnel that leads to the secret entrance, the back entrance. And he says normally there's like 1 or 2 kobolds guarding that side. He says there's also like a little like shaft that you'd have to climb up to get to that part. From the entrance itself, and he says he doesn't really know much beyond that. He just knows that he guarded it once or twice, and you would look down the shaft inside the mountain. It's a decent drop, but normally they just sit around in this area at the top there. So there's that, and the sleeping chambers that both meet up in the same tunnel that leads to the main chamber, and then there is the tunnel that leads to the great chamber of the Drake itself, the lair, And the lair, he says he's only been in there a couple times. The Drake likes its privacy. In there is where the Drakelings sleep. They have their own nests, and these are their own like piles of gold and stuff. There's like a little pool of water. There's actually a hole in the roof, or not the roof, the cavern ceiling there that leads, at the center. It's roughly at the center of the mountain, and there's actually like an old chute that leads out that the Drake will fly out of. And beyond that, there's like some terraces in there almost, where there's like little ledges that the drakelings will like fly up to, and the drake is on one of these large ledges, and that's where its nest and all its treasure is. So, yeah, but it basically tells you, main thing is there's the main chamber. From there, there's the main pathway. There's also a path leading to the breeding chamber, path leading to the main drake lair, path leading to the sleeping chamber and secret rooms, or secret entrance.
We have to climb a chute to go through the back door, and there's kobolds watching down it, presumably.
Yep, and he says that he does tell you that normally the kobolds aren't too attentive. They're just leaning back in a little cavern, a little ways away from the chute itself. They're not watching over the chute at all times.
Alright.
And he also says, though, he also then again warns you he doesn't know what's down at the bottom of the chute, because he's never had to go down there.
So where we go in,
Yes.
potentially something could be waiting at the bottom that we'll have to deal with.
He doesn't know what's there, yeah.
Yeah. And then if we fight something, it'll be noisy. The kobolds will be like, "What's that?"
Yeah. So
Fantastic.
that's how he describes it to you. Obviously, I have a map, but I can't just show that to you because he wouldn't be able to describe it that well. But that's roughly what it looks like in his mind. He's remembering it.
I'm assuming we're gonna wait near it for Rainbow and his boys to
Yeah.
show up.
Yep. So go ahead and.
I'm assuming his bird will get a hold of us.
I still am gonna have you for the day of travel. Roll a d12, someone.
Hey, Anna, you want to trade 2 normal arrows for 2 blue powder arrows? Since you'll be using a bow more often.
What blue powder arrow?
They're probably lightning.
Sure. I guess I have another empty resource slot anyway. So 18 normal arrows.
Nice trade.
Suppose I need to add
That's about 2 weeks of saving.
10 cents.
Yeah.
blue.
Oh my! You work at Lemonade Stand?
Where did we get these, by the way?
We got these
No.
off of my sister.
I
Yeah.
work at a bit farm. I
Arrow.
pretty much add bits whenever
Nice.
I can.
Yeah.
So
So-
all of how many did you
2.
find with them? Just the 2?
Just 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
so-
were. Let me remind you. So they're blue. Yeah, they're blue covered, dust covered, blue powder covered arrows. The tips are covered, not the whole arrow. The tips are
Yeah.
like coated in this blue powder, blue dye or something. And they were found with the potion of lightning resistance.
All right. I'm not gonna bother actually adding them to my inventory properly since they weigh
Yeah.
0.1 pounds.
Yeah. I think it's less than that. Maybe?
They're 0.05 each.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah. And so you guys, I'm gonna have one of you guys roll a d12 for the day of travel because this is a decently wild
I've
area,
rolled one yet.
anyways. So.
Go for it.
Do you what?
D12.
No.
Oh, an 11. Like
Grizzles
Grizzles
rolled it.
Grizzles rolled it. All right, that's fine. It's a flat roll. Okay. So an 11.
Turned
Hold-
up to 11.
And that just means Grizzles screwed up.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let me look through some stuff real quick.
Of course, I would roll terribly in his name.
Time
Actually,
to die,
roll high in
boy.
his name is.
Lucky it's not a 12. This is not right. 1 sec. 1 second. Okay.
Ooh.
I have a list.
And then I adjusted myself in my chair and damn near got a leg cramp.
Oh, I hate that.
Thanks.
Is it in this one? Is it in this one? There it is. Okay.
Stop fucking showing your bits to each other in chat.
What?
I will show all 10 of my
people-
bits.
Shit.
People donating in chat?
Poetry wouldn't notice.
No, I
mean-
noticed.
I wouldn't because I don't have chat open.
Perplex and Traeger are throwing
I have
bits
chat
down
open.
there.
I just have it on my second monitor covered by like 5 other things.
Alright,
I
give
have
me
3 monitors and
1
none of them have
second.
chat.
I have 3 monitors, and one of them has chat.
You guys are so nice.
I just like to see if people are
Let's
talking
see
about
here.
me.
What do I have open currently? Player handbook,
Shit,
player
man.
handbook, Xanathar's guide, Volo's guide, D&D class build guide, poetry stream, the actual game, Reddit, and something about item prices.
Wow,
I just
I'm
have
not even
like
paying
all the
attention.
books.
And then I have two
Yes.
player sheets on my other monitor.
Okay.
Really?
Let's
I
see.
don't talk about what my tabs are. 'Cause
I
I'm pretty sure Jack has all of the D&D games open somewhere in his tabs.
No,
he does because he's in all of them.
no, I only have 3 tabs open right
Hey, he's not a Matt
That
stain.
you know of.
Okay, look, you have like a laptop or somewhere or
now.
something.
No, I do have a
somewhere.
laptop, but I haven't turned it on.
That's what I'm saying, but it's still logged into like
Never
every
been on
single
Roll20
game
with
made.
it. Laptop's a piece of shit.
I mean,
Poetry. Were you ready?
give me one last second.
Okay.
I'm just saying you were actually in every single game always.
Sometimes when we're talking about them, I switch between them rapidly.
I'll
I'm
be
looking
real
at
sad
character
if we get a
sheets.
map drop and it's just a brown pit.
What? Oh,
It's
that
just the,
kind of
like-
brown pit. I get it.
Hold on.
A shithole? What?
No. Just like a.
Well,
Why
I guess you could call 'em
is
that.
there
Yeah,
not
yeah, sure.
things
I mean,
on
to be
this?
fair,
Hold on.
they've been more of like a orangey brown.
Sure.
All right, 1 second,
Orangey.
almost done. Okay, so
Well, can't use the emotes as mod.
who has the highest passive perception out of you?
Not me.
Good question.
Probably still me.
Grizzles
10.
has flat 10. I have 11.
I have flat
13.
10.
I have 13.
13.
They should make that a pressable button.
Yeah,
It
it'd be
should.
nice. Okay, give me 1 second.
I'm
then.
surprised. I haven't really heard anything about Roll20 updating like any of the stuff lately. They were developing it pretty actively for a while now, just kind of.
Well, they were working on like app stuff or something for a
They're
while.
probably still working on it. I mean, they make money, so.
I mean, yeah, they're obviously still working on it. But...
Here's your 5 cents for the day.
Hey, okay. I rolled okay. So
Birthday, babe.
I'm
since
does anyone have anything like where they can't be surprised? Because I'm assuming that's what we're gonna have happen in
Right
here.
now, I can't be surprised by fiends because that's what I assume I have been tracking.
these are not fiends. Hold on 1 second. Let me do this. Okay, so since Grizzles rolled it, he'll have the honors. As
Of
he
dying.
is maybe as he
Good.
is walking along, he actually starts. He's feeling kind of happy. He's like talking to himself about all the cool things that he is gonna, all the torture he's gonna inflict upon the Drake when he gets there, all this messed up stuff,
Darth Grizzles.
Yeah, and then he starts to like basically be running around in circles. He's giddy with excitement, and he runs ahead of you guys a little bit. Gets around a corner, and then all of a sudden you hear a snap, like whoosh, and then you hear screams. You hear him scream like ah ah ah.
Get caught in a bear trap, did you?
And,
Not even
and
concerned.
I'm
like,
assuming
oh,
you
hey,
guys like run around or like dash around the corner to see him.
cautiously.
Yeah.
I yell at.
Yeah,
I
it's
yell
just
to
around.
see if he responds.
It
with
was just
that.
behind a couple trees or something, and he's like, help me, oh, and
Is he not a rogue?
and he he wasn't paying attention,
Like,
you know.
if anyone was going to find a trap, he should have been the one, but
And he is.
I mean,
up
he did
in,
find it.
Yeah, he did. And you come around the corner and see that he is up in this. He's up in the air in a trap, like in Star Wars Episode 6. Like in a
Yeah,
bag.
he's in a rope trap.
Yeah, a rope trap that has caught him up, and he's floating
admittedly,
in the air.
there's rules for this kind of stuff that we've kind of ignored, where you can travel at half speed to be stealthing or half speed to be looking actively for traps, and we just never acknowledge that existing.
Yeah.
I didn't know it existed.
Travel like normal.
Yeah, we
Oh,
just
hold on a
normal
second.
travel and never specify that we're just hiding or looking for traps.
And
Yes, we run into them.
and so the
We just don't ever use the rule.
so yeah, and so he's caught in this trap. Do you guys move to help him?
I start looking around and say, somebody set this trap, and hopefully somebody else.
And
will
at
knock
this
him
point in
down.
time, you hear someone go like, hold on 1 second. Let me get a good voice in my head. They're like, "That's right, we did." And
It's orcs. Fucking the orcs.
And you see, coming from surrounding you on 3 sides, you see these big lumbering figures, a lot larger than orcs, not wearing shirts. They got these fat bellies and this rough,
Oh, no.
coarse skin, and they all come out of behind
Are
trees.
they ogres?
It's the it's the hobbit scene.
They are ogres, and they all go, we're gonna have you for dinner, and you're gonna roll me
Yep,
initiative.
It's the hobbit scene.
Oh my god, you're right.
Roll
I
me
know I'm
initiative. Let's go, boys.
Grizzles, you have your dagger. You're gonna have to get yourself down.
Let's go. Okay.
I'm assuming that he'll
map
be able to get
drop
himself.
or-
No, I'm in the map
down.
drop. Also, don't expect much because I didn't have much prepared. But
It is a brown hole.
I'm not
You're saying
gonna
you
roll
don't have
initiative
your
until you
random
map
encounters
drop,
planned out?
actually.
it is actually a brown hole. Like, I'm not even joking. It is actually
Make
just
it a green
brown
hole.
No, it's a
So
brown hole.
you don't have any generic forest?
Oh, by
maps
the way,
to drop us
let me
on?
tell you what I was laughing about earlier when I said, "Oh God," during that other thing. This is what I saved Grizzle's new token as. So this is the size he drops at every time.
What the fuck?
I'm not.
He's
Uh-huh.
Oh,
there we go. He's in
we
a-
should actually give him a round token of one of the generic kobold pictures, so he's differentiated from all of the other kobolds that
Alright, I
ever
will
exist.
just
Yeah,
give a
I
round token
figured. Yeah.
right now.
So anyways though, so you guys, I'm gonna have you just like roughly spread out like this. It does. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter too much. Like, this isn't a very tactical battlefield.
Yeah, I'm assuming we kind of are
What
around
color
him
is
anyway,
Grizzles?
roughly.
Green.
It is.
I think he was like rusty.
I think he's rusty
orange or
brownish
something.
red, rusty brownish
Yeah.
red, that sort of thing. All right. So did you guys put your initiatives in? Yeah.
What kind of
Or is that-
armor is he wearing?
Oh wait, is that old
Leather.
initiatives? I need to clear out the old ones. Hold on.
No, that's not old. That's new.
I think
Leather
it has
armored
both of them
kobold
on
with
there.
a dagger.
Let me do
If
that.
you can
that,
specifically find
that.
that.
Well,
Let's see.
You rolled the
I
same.
exclusively rolled a 5 for initiative for like the last
There's
Look at me,
time or
guys.
so.
Damn.
All right, that's all of them. Hold on.
Speedy.
Let me put in the number, boy.
Oh, that's not right. Uh-oh, one sec.
We are rolling
Damn,
like
rolled a
champs.
nat 20. Look, we were unprepared for the last one, and now we're not messing around.
All right, so they
I'm sleeping this one through.
and
Don't worry, I'm sleeping more than you.
You still get
I
to
have
move
literally
before.
always been sleeping.
So Grizzles is up in a net.
All of this game, I have slept initiative.
Grizzles is up in a net, but he has his dagger. He can probably cut himself out. It'll take one turn, an action.
Yeah, I'm assuming it
but-
follows
Also,
the
my
net
HP
rule.
is
So
back up to
if it takes
33.
like
Yeah, you
Yes.
guys are full HP.
how much damage does the
Has
net
to do
have to
5
take if it's...
slashing damage.
He might not
Ooh.
actually be able to do that in one go.
We'll see. I think
or,
it's AC 10
or you can make a
and
strength save.
Let's see. Actually, wait. What's his plus?
normal
Okay.
nets are AC
With
10.
Dex? No, he should be able to.
Oh yeah, because +3. Does piercing work? Daggers
He
are piercing
definitely-
damage.
He
No, it
definitely
has to be
can.
slashing.
Shit, he can't actually cut himself loose.
No,
He can try and do a strength check or whatever to
he
get
should
out.
be able to.
Yeah.
I mean, he
It
can
just-
take after
oh, wait, 'cause
Miles
it-
and cut
is it
himself.
10?
It's
Oh,
a
yeah, that's
it's
right.
a DC 10 strength check, I think.
We'll see.
Is that
I'll
strength
figure it out.
save? I can't remember.
I mean, he's got 10
Uh,
strength. He should be able to pass that 50% of the time.
No, you just have to deal 5 slashing damage to it.
But he
He doesn't have slashing
He
damage. He
doesn't
has
have
piercing
slashing
damage.
poetry.
That's
Like,
Yeah.
logically, a dagger should be able
yeah,
to
yeah. You know
saw
that's
through
funny.
it, but
It doesn't
okay.
have an edge, I guess.
Yeah, he can break.
It's
himself
like
free
it's
with his
like
strength.
it's just a.
I mean,
point.
I've had a dagger before, and they don't really have edges. They
Yeah.
mostly just have points.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, well, anyways though, so
So they're like a stiletto.
just be glad you guys rolled a 11
Yeah,
instead of
just,
12.
All right, there you go. There you go. DM.
So yeah, it's still no. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. These ogres very clearly mean to eat you. It's all ogre now.
That's a fucking dope
Are you
token.
telling me they weren't lying when they said that they're gonna eat us?
You should make the border
Ooh,
darker.
that's really good.
I tried to match it to his skin.
Yeah.
I
It kind of meshes with the skin
So,
that's on his arm.
I got. Yep. Anyways though, so who's first in the initiative? Miles.
I
is.
am.
Alright, what you gonna do, Miles? He is. He's also 10 feet off the ground, so it's gonna be a little difficult for you to.
All right, so these ogres are pretty big.
Yeah, they're large sized.
So
I'm gonna say they are 2x2. Yeah.
Alright.
You know.
I'm going to draw my sword. As a
Swallow.
bonus action, I'm going to cut myself along the blade, and it is
Oh my
going
God.
to... Actually, yeah, and it's going to be all lightning-y.
This boy and his cuts.
Yeah.
Alright. And then
It's
what?
just gonna
And then I'm
go
going
through
to
his thumb one of
Eldritch
these
Blast this one.
Alright. Sounds good.
So here's beam 1. Pew.
Oh shit. That's with that already has that factored in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Also, they're like I said, they're only wearing like some minimal hide stuff on them, so they are. You can guess they're not very well armored.
And here's beam 2.
They're also
Pew.
massive.
They are big, yes.
8.
That one does not hit,
16 plus
actually.
7.
Um,
Oh yeah.
But the first one
Well,
is.
at least the first one made up for
Yep.
it.
And that one, he reels
Yeah.
back and goes like, "Oh, you're gonna pay for that."
Which one was
Oh,
you shooting
I'm
at? This
sure
one
I
down
am.
here.
Yeah, the bottom
The
one.
bottom one, yeah. I
All right.
so
Where's the third one?
There's one
Oh,
up top,
there it
one
is.
below, and one to the.
They're
Yeah.
pretty far
My
apart.
character sheet was
I don't have it on
was
the stream
covering.
actually. Hold on, while I fix it.
Oof.
Yeah. Oofta.
Okay, so who is Ulf's
I'm next.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to, for the moment, I'm gonna throw a javelin at Top Boy.
Hey, sounds good.
So I'll take one of those off and boop.
Give him a toothpick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You absolutely hit him.
Stab him.
And it like jabs him in the shoulder, you know, sticking out his shoulder now. He's like, "Oh, that hurt."
Can I take my sword out before my turn ends, or is
No.
that no? Okay.
You use that on taking your
So
javelin.
taking the javelin out, like pull it
Oh
out,
yeah, right.
from your back or whatever, yeah, or side.
All right.
I don't know.
I imagine I had my sword and board out, so
Yep.
ready before this. So
All
I've
right.
got my shield anyways.
All right. So Nox, what do you do? Or any bonus actions, Ulf, real quick? Sorry.
I don't know.
All right. Sounds good.
Alright,
Not-
does
not
this
at
one
this
work
moment.
for you better? It doesn't clash with his skin.
I do like that one better, actually.
Yeah.
So,
I'll add that.
as a bonus action, I cast Hex on the top ogre.
On the what?
The top ogre.
All right. Sounds good.
And then I guess we'll just give him disadvantage on strength ability checks.
All right. Yeah, seems reasonable.
And then I run over to him and hit him with my Morning Star.
Oh my
Oh.
god, nice. And you guys are destroying this.
Unfortunately, that second roll
I know.
damage.
So he takes additional
That-
6 necrotic damage.
I think that makes up
Okay,
for
nice.
it.
Let
though.
me get that on there, yeah. So 13.
And then I hit him again, but I miss.
Oh no. So 13
Got a little
plus 6.
Carried
Nice,
away
got
with
it.
that first one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I
Alright.
mean, he's reeling from that. He actually looks a little hurt, good bit hurt from that.
I asked him if he still wants to have us over for dinner.
And he just snarls. He goes, "Ugh."
So
right.
I'm just looking for kobold rogues, and you'd honestly be surprised how many of them are from Fur Affinity.
So he it's Grizzle's turn now actually. So what he can try to make a strength check, right? To like break
Strength. You just yeah.
like
strength-
pull himself out of it.
strength
Yeah.
check.
You can do that for him.
It
if
seems
you'd
like the most logical thing to do
Yeah, I
in this
think-
situation,
yeah.
unless he figures that that's safer.
Honestly,
but
so he's kind of. I had imagined that he's enclosed in it, but we'll say he's like this would be to like thrust himself
he could,
out of it.
I
don't know, or
picture
break
trying to
it
get out
open.
would basically be
Yeah.
forcing the top open.
Yeah,
crawling
exactly.
out.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll that for him. Let's go. Hey.
Works.
Yeah.
And so he makes it out and like falls to the ground. Lets himself to the ground, we'll say.
I imagine he'd probably pull out the sling or dagger or something.
Yeah.
Probably the
And-
sling.
Yeah, the sling. I
And
would
then
say he's
move-
probably
can-
afraid of these things.
Can then presumably move. Where would Coward Boy move?
Yeah, he probably fell prone, so maybe like half movement, but still, he's probably not going to move far.
Yeah,
So,
probably just there.
How
Just like a
how
little.
high do you have to be up before you start taking damage?
10 feet.
10
He
feet.
was
10 feet, yeah.
he was 10 feet, but I'm gonna say that he just like lowered himself
Hung
down.
off of it.
Yeah, hung off it.
Just
so-
enough to not.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it.
Mhm.
It'd be a d6, but
Yeah.
if you wanted to
It's
roll
good. No, it's good. I won't. punish him for it right now.
Yeah, you just
He's not
don't
gonna
want
punish
to.
himself.
You just don't want to kill your character in game.
I don't really care if he dies.
All right.
It would have been one thing if he planned this character's existence, but it kind of just happened.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, token.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that. So it is Anna's turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Why don't you use the kobold?
I'm gonna
From the
move
book.
here. And I'm going to cast a little old hypnotizing pattern on top of ogre number 2 over here.
Okay.
It'll be set up so it's just on top of him because it only affects people in the area. So a DC 15 wisdom save.
Okay. Lovely. They're great at that. No.
If
Oh my
affected,
God.
he'll be stupefied for a minute.
He rolled a -1.
Well, there you go.
Mega stupefied for a minute.
Which
No.
one was that on?
The right one.
The one
boy
to the
over here.
right.
Not only that, I do the thing where I roll with 2 even if I don't have advantage, and I just use the left. And he rolled both -1s, so that's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's
Become
lovely.
charmed for the duration.
Right, so
I guess it's good to know that it's a charm spell.
yeah,
since
and
certain creatures are
incapacitated,
mean,
right, or
but-
whatever. So
Yeah,
he's just sitting
incapacitated and
there.
has a speed of 0. Great. Spell ends if they take damage or someone takes an action to shake them awake.
all right, sounds good. All right, is that your turn?
Yep, I moved and did that, and
All right.
probably took my
They-
rapier out for now.
Yeah, and they will, it's their turn now. So, the big boy up here is going to, he has a great club. He's just going to pull it back and swing right at Nox. What's your AC? It's like 19, 20, something like that? 20. All right, he does not hit, but he gets pretty close. It goes like within a couple inches of you.
Okay.
Like whoosh, and you dodge to
Ivor
the
would
side.
be proud.
Yeah.
If he existed in this universe.
And then this one,
You know, come to think of it, that picture is like literal pretty close.
hey, he can make
A
it.
sling
All right,
and
so
a
this one's
dagger.
gonna be like loping over
Got a dagger
here,
and a sling.
get up right up next to all of you guys, and he's
Just a little too naked.
he's gonna swing at Grizzles. He's gonna swing at Grizzles and be like,
He can't move there.
Yeah, he can.
Actually, yeah, he can because he's really big.
Yeah, he's big. He's gonna swing at Grizzles and be like, food doesn't escape. And he hits,
Cutting words.
and he.
Nice.
Be advised.
What a,
I'm
the-
going to. I'm
It's a
going to
reaction.
swear
Oh,
at him.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
that's
going
gonna
to
be
subtract
mean.
a D8 from his attack roll.
All right, nice. From the attack roll or the damage roll?
The attack roll.
Attack roll.
Attack
All right,
roll.
makes sense. All right, sounds good.
I can choose, but I'm going for the attack roll. Try and mitigate all of it.
Yeah, and you say this, drawing his attention mid-swing, and it was definitely going to hit before, but it smacks down on the ground, missing, because Grizzles, dodged to the side a little bit. Because he paused just for a second when he heard these words.
Now, if the ogre has multi-attack, he's fucked, but
I don't think they do because I only got attack roll.
No,
Yeah.
they don't.
And the other one is just gonna. The other one that's charmed doesn't get to make any saves. Are you just frozen?
see, that's a bardic inspiration down as well. Okay.
I'm pretty sure the way you describe it, he's just frozen, right? Like he can't make saves.
The stupefied boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
just happens, I
Yeah.
believe.
Sounds good. So he is.
On the fail save, the creature becomes charmed for
Started
the
to-
duration.
started to
Yeah,
eat
it doesn't
your
say
mic
anything
there.
about saving,
Yeah. All right. So he.
which is why it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he's just frozen in place, like And
Oh, no.
Layna, it's your turn now.
Yeah, all right. We're gonna do the thing again.
The thing again.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know
And
that
what thing
thing.
is that?
I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians again.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Oh,
What's that do?
That's the one that's like
It's-
on his next turn when he starts in the range. Then it'll
if
hurt
they
him.
move within
Yeah.
15 feet of me, or if they start their turn within 15 feet of me, they take 3d8.
I think it's. I think it's-
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Is that all you do?
I don't think I have any bonus actions.
See, yeah, I
Yeah. All right.
slept, so I have that slot back, but I lost that slot. Okay.
All right. So what?
I got a lot of different resources I'm managing now.
So what does Miles do then? This big ogre's next to you.
1 sec.
All right.
No, you don't get a sec. This is combat.
All right, I'm back. The one's close to me.
Yeah.
One's very close to you.
He's right next to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna poke him with my rapier,
Poke him.
and I'm gonna booming blast when I do,
All right.
or
Booming
booming
blade.
blade rather.
Booming
so
blast. You're gonna booming blade your Eldritch Blast.
yeah.
If only.
So there's that.
Nice. It hits. Yeah.
Plus that.
12 damage.
Okay. Yeah.
Plus that.
Nice.
13.
And
Edit?
that's what I do.
All right. Yeah.
Should've had
Plus,
some first.
was it 2d8 if he willingly moves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he still looks like he's in fine condition, but definitely hurt a bit.
And then I'm gonna move over here.
All right. Sounds good.
And I just remembered, I didn't do this earlier, but bonus action is going to be Hex on this one.
All right.
Again,
Yeah.
I
Should've
gotta love
used
the
that
hexing
first.
after the fact.
Now
everybody's
you're
forgetting the
hexing
hex.
it. All right,
Look,
sounds
it's been
good.
a while.
Yep.
Okay,
I
It
know.
has been a
I
while.
know.
So let's see. So Ulf, your turn.
And I'll be right back, but probably before my next turn.
All right,
Don't
so
feel
I'll-
bad. This is the first time I've remembered to use cutting words
Yeah.
ever.
All right. So Ulf,
All
what are
right,
you gonna do?
So
Which one are you gonna go after?
I'm gonna go up here and help Nox. I'm going to pull out my Mortimus longsword. It's got
Yeah.
a different name, but I'm gonna attack with that and use Divine Smite as first level spells if they hit. So there's that one.
All right. Nice. Yeah, it hits. And
So-
also your blade starts to glow.
Yep, because I'm Bilbo in this situation.
Yeah. So.
So 11 and 14 for that one,
Oh, shit.
and then 11 and Divine
Before you use
Smite.
another spell, no.
Hmm?
So 18 for that one and 25 for the first one.
Yes,
All right. So the first
because
one.
I'm using the left
Yeah.
left ones.
So the first swing comes flying in, and you give him a good slash right across the chest. His little scraps of hide that he has passing for armor don't really help him get out of the way of that. And blood just starts pouring out, and he goes, and then you come back and swing again, and describe how you finish him off.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I would slash the first time, getting a good cut into him. About how tall are these guys again? About 10 foot, I suppose.
Yeah, something like that. 8 to 12 feet. I don't know, something like that. Tall. big.
Okay, yeah, and then when I go for the second strike, I end up kind of going a little God of War style here, going into his stomach on the one side and then slashing across. All of his guts come falling out.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, and he starts sinking to the ground, gurgling. Blood coming out of his mouth now, and then spilling out. His
And he's trying
entrails
to
coming
put
out.
his entrails back in, but
Yeah.
it's not working.
I
Exactly.
just like the idea that you splashed guts all over Nox again.
Oh my god. And so he is. He falls to the ground and he's dead.
It's battle.
So nice. And Nox's turn.
Okay. As a bonus action, just to make sure I don't have any range problems, I'm gonna move to here.
Right.
I think that was here. Whatever, that's close enough. As a bonus action, I move my hex to the right person,
All right.
and then I cast Eldritch Blast at him.
All right.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that misses.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it does.
the second beam hits.
Hey, nice. So it comes
Roll
flying in,
less.
For
and that. Yeah, and
two
that.
damage.
Oh yeah, and then the
one
hex. Yeah.
necrotic damage.
And that knocks
Were
him
you
out
attacking?
of the right guy.
Yeah.
So that.
Oh, so you're waking him up.
Yeah, but I'm gonna kill him. So
So he. This is the. So he.
I
It's-
totally forgot about that. To be honest, Gregor.
Oh, he was incapacitated, so you should have advantage, right?
Oh, that's true. Actually, the first one.
At least,
probably-
like
So-
until you hit him. Anyway. Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
so the first one did hit.
And then the second one would still hit too, of course.
Okay, so
So
then he would have
So
I'm
taken.
you
pretty
did
sure that's
10
how
damage.
incapacitated works. You
So
get
he would've
advantage.
yeah, I think you're absolutely right
16
because he's not
damage.
prone. He's just incapacitated. So still though, the first one has advantage. Yeah. So that's so you deal an extra 13 than what I had before. So that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Dope.
Nice. And so he definitely is out of it now. He's awake now. And he's like, "Whoa, what happened?" And then he looks over and sees his brother or whatever friend dead, and his other one's surrounded. And he's like, "Roar!"
I call out at him, "Hey, Broody!"
All right. And and Anna,
Hey, boys.
it's your turn, Anna.
All right.
All right.
Oh wait, is Grizzles not in the initiative? Where did he go? Oh no, did he?
He's not. No.
Did he like?
I
send
think
us-
I-
He was.
That's weird. Oh,
He
because
was actually
sent
one
to-
before
I
me.
He
deleted
got
his
sent to either.
token.
Oh.
So okay, yeah, one second.
Way
Here, I'll
to
just.
go.
Yeah, roll again. And it was before you, right? Like it was 8. Just
It was 8.
Just make it an 8 there. And
An
then I
8, mate.
can Descend it again. There you go. All right.
All right, so it's actually him.
Yeah.
I guess since he's an arrogant little asshole and this boy just missed him, he's probably gonna try and stab it.
Yeah, I think he absolutely would.
Especially since we have this thing surrounded and it's already wounded a little
Yeah.
bit. So let's see, that it would be
Ooh,
a
call
dagger
hard.
attack with advantage.
Oh yeah. No. Actually, is this in
Pack
broad
tactics.
daylight? Or
Oh, it
we,
would be
do
normal
we
if
have,
it's
do we have
daylight.
tree cover?
This is daylight. Yeah.
Well, like I mean, he was
Are we
hanging
in
from
are
a
we in tree shade or
Oh.
because it's direct sunlight?
I
Either
mean, where
him
he's
or the target
standing
being
right
direct
now.
sunlight gives
It-
a disadvantage.
He was. I mean, the trap was attached to something. So yeah, we'll say he's under tree cover.
So he would have advantage then.
Yeah.
He's under a tree. Yeah.
At the very least, he'd roll normal.
Right.
Yeah.
What does he have the advantage from? It's the
Pack tactics.
Pack tactics. He
Oh,
has allies
oh,
that are,
yeah, of course,
are
yeah.
incapacitated next
forgot
to
about
him.
that. Oh yeah.
Or next to
So
the target.
definitely roll.
He also
the,
gets sneak attack if he hits.
Yep, that triggers sneak attack
Yep.
as well.
Well, even if he didn't have
Just the
advantage.
allies will do it. So let's see here. Oh,
Oh,
definitely.
nice. Yeah.
that plus that.
All right.
I
So
know.
he comes swinging in,
And
and
then I imagine he'd probably bonus action disengage and hide behind the
yeah.
big wall of metal over here.
Yep. He just he comes diving
Alright, I'm
in,
back.
stabs the ogre in the leg, and then gets back out again. Yeah.
I have not reached full metal potential. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
you gotta
So
give a
now,
metal arm and scratch a alchemy symbol.
Yep. So now Anna, it's your turn.
You're gonna replace your body parts with fucking hollow armor or something.
Just become a warforged.
Oh god.
Alright.
You'll be the first warforged in this world. You'll just
Oh, God.
replace your body.
So what does Anna do then?
Oh yes, that is a good question. Let's see here.
Also, he's not looking so great, by the way. Fair to say, he's definitely not looking super hot.
I'm just gonna stand right in front of him. You can't even hit a fucking kobold. Doo-ba-doo. There we go. 6 damage if no save.
Let's see. Hey, he passed it this time.
Aww.
He
Nice.
still
Anyway.
insulted his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, that'll do it.
And all right, and so he'll, each of you have sort of been like jabbing at him and everything, and he starts his turn, so he takes the perplex damage, right?
Yeah.
So perplexed.
If he moves.
I think it's
Wait,
just when
no,
you start your
perplex
turn.
damage.
Starts-
Sorry.
If-
he
Yes.
starts his turn.
Oh shit!
Right,
Nice.
He makes wisdom saving throw.
There's so many conditional damages.
Oh,
on
he
him.
makes a wisdom
Yeah.
saving throw.
Yeah.
All right. What's the DC?
14.
All right. He passes. So does he take half?
He takes half
This
as
is the
much. He'll take
wisest
7.
boy.
7.
All right. Nice. So he.
But yeah, if he moves before,
Yeah. He's
Or
not going to
Miles'
move,
next
actually.
turn.
He's going to turn around to Miles, who had hit him, and then swing at Miles with his club. Oh my
Turn his
god.
back to the big
he
group of
he
enemies.
crit. Oh my god. How much
Alright.
health do you have? Oh shit.
I have 28.
he deals 27 damage. Oh fuck.
oh my god, so you're on like death's door right now. Like, oh god.
He hits you at 20 for 27.
So it's like that cartoon thing where he hits me with the club and then I'm just like neck deep in dirt.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking driv
I'm
you,
gonna know
throw
you-
you into the ground like a nail.
Flying
And he's
around
like-
above my head.
And he's like, I'm gonna kill ya. And
I mean,
jeez.
he's he's shoulder deep in the
Yeah.
dirt right now. So
The other one, seeing that Nox is standing between him and who he assumes, he presumes that Ulf is the one that killed his friend. Ulf is standing over the body. He's gonna like run towards Ulf and then try to smack at Nox. Like he's gonna stop at Nox though, because she's in the way, and smack at Nox. He does not hit.
I fucking catches or deflect his fist or club off my shield.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a huge amount of strength, but you go boom and just like shove it off into the air. Nice. All right. And he's very clearly like angry about his friend or kin being killed. All right, Layna, what is your turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh,
Do that and
rip.
not do anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, unless
those rolls.
do you have advantage? You don't, right? So nope.
No.
All right, unfortunately, you do not. That does not hit. No.
Miles.
And then
Yeah.
I
Does
guess-
does Layna have anything else? You got anything else?
I mean, fuck this ogre. I'll go over here.
Oh, he will attack at you.
Go for it, bud.
What's your AC? I don't
20.
think he hits you.
Wow.
Oh, I was surprised.
He beat a 20 AC.
Well,
He rolled a
I'm go-
23. You're gonna take 13 damage. He didn't crit though, so you take 13 damage. All right.
Come to think of it, after our boy got critted, I should have probably cutting words again to reduce the damage, but I didn't think of it.
well.
So yeah,
He survived.
I'll live.
Yeah,
yeah,
he lived.
Yeah, he lived with the one.
Just cutting words, any other attack that comes his way.
Alright, so then,
I'll just do the
is that it
damage
for
roll
Layna?
just out of spite. Like, no. Let's see if I can reduce it to 0.
That's risky.
So unless Layna does anything else.
Layna?
Hold on. I have so many spells, dude.
Do you have healing word prepared?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. There you go.
Oh yeah,
I'll
it
use
is a
healing.
bonus action, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
Using
that's a good
Let
one.
me
Yeah.
use healing word.
Alright, on yourself or Miles?
That would be fucked up to use. But really funny.
I'm not dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
You got 1 HP.
Yo, I'm not judging.
Like, what is healing word gonna do? Like a D4? That's not gonna help me if I get hit by a giant.
I mean, if you get crit again, you could just.
it's a
die.
guaranteed 4 HP.
I think the giant could technically, but it's probably pretty low odds. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you
It
either way.
can kill me.
That's what I'm saying.
That would be hilarious to have 2 deaths in one campaign by just like the over damage instead of like the save.
To the same guy.
Wow, dude.
So, and I'm assuming you're doing it at a high level, right? Is that on yourself or?
Wait, did that not work at a higher level?
It did.
It did.
It,
It did. 8.
It did.
They're
4 and
separate.
4.
Yeah, 4 and 4. So do
Oh,
you?
there you go.
So 8 healing.
Do you?
Yeah.
On yourself or on Miles?
No, Miles.
Okay.
All right, I have 9 HP.
Nice. Yeah, nice HP. That's so much. Hi, Miles.
Hey,
it's your
a
turn
lot
now.
more than
It's
one.
making you safer
It's 9
from a
times as
one-shot
much.
KO if you get hit again.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
Look, you
I'm
don't want
going
to be
to
in debt to me
spit
300
at
diamond
this-
dust.
Troll, I think it was.
It's an ogre.
Ogre.
And,
They're ogres. Yeah.
ogre. What,
Trolls
what?
are a lot more like animalistic in
Trolls
my mind.
are,
Alright, I'm
are
going-
intelligent, but they're so fucking aggro that they never
I'm
really
going to
speak.
spit
If
at
we
this
were
ogre's
fighting 3
face
trolls
and
right now,
say,
I would-
"Good
That would
luck
be
hitting
bad.
what you can't see," and then darkness.
Oh no.
Oh no.
God
But
damn
he's
it.
so far away, though. You guys will be fine.
Yeah, you guys look fine.
Darkness is 15
15.
Yeah, on yourself or something
Yeah.
you're holding or whatever. Yeah.
on my shield.
Yeah. Okay. Let me make it so
Yeah,
I'm not
just
your
you can
aura.
just put an
Just put an
aura on
aura
yourself
on
for
your-
your own
okay.
benefit.
Good thing I was out of there. Fucking out.
Yeah, I think Grizzles and Anna might not be able to see.
Did
Oh,
you
no,
get
they'll be
it
able to
added?
see.
There you go. Okay.
They just
That's
can't
what
see
was
the ogre.
Yeah, they can
I
see the
cur-
ogre.
Currently, my arms just disappeared into the void.
Yeah.
Alright.
Can't
So
see your feet anymore.
Ulf is next, I guess, unless Miles.
I am now going to back up because he can't hit
Yep.
at me because he
Yep.
can't see me.
well, he
Well,
already
he
used
burned
it
his reaction
anyways.
anyway, so he wasn't going to be hitting you either way.
That too.
that
Yeah.
that also.
Like as this is
And now
happening,
I'm over
basically,
here.
basically you booked it out of there
and
as
he like
ogre was swinging.
you guys see him scratch his head in confusion. He's never seen anything like this. You think,
So he swipes at Layna, disappears into the void, and then suddenly another person is gone.
Yeah. And
he sees darkness.
yeah, he sees the sphere of
Running
darkness,
away.
and he's like, "Aye, aye, Ulf. Aye, Ulf, what are you doing?"
Move in there, and I'm attacking with Mortimer's sword again.
Oh, let's go! Nice.
I'm just
Shit, nice.
doing 2 regular hits. I'm not
Right.
using
Let's see,
magic.
14, 39.
I
So
think
that's
that hit was magic enough. Although if that had magic attached to it, oof,
Right?
would have doubled those dice too.
He's not dead, but he's looking super bad. Before he was looking not in peak condition, but pretty all right. Now he's looking really bad. He's like panting, he's bleeding out from different places. He's like,
Yep. And that's all I got.
right?
Oh, where's my warhorse, by the way?
Oh shit, that thing could have been attacking.
That's a good.
That thing
question.
could have had initiative and been attacking.
That's a good question.
We'll have to think about that later, I guess.
Yeah.
For
Too late
the
now.
sake of it, we'll just say that the horse is
It was
distracted, I guess.
It was grazing on the
it's
path.
about-
It was grazing like 150 yards away,
Yeah.
so it's been coming here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Still.
Okay.
Something. I don't know.
So, Ulf
What warhorse? They
and
don't exist.
Now Nox.
Okay. Well, now that it's up close, to use my morning star on it.
Nice. Oh shit! Nice. Alright.
What
So-
in the hell?
That's necrotic. I forgot that I made a button for that.
Yeah.
So that's a 17.
Yeah, you can tell me how you want to finish him off.
Well, I guess I would just. I mean, he's too tall to really hit it in the head.
Yeah, we'll say that he was
So-
he fell to his knees from Ulf's
Well, I was
attack,
gonna say that
You kneecap him first.
I hit him in the knee.
Oh, nice.
My morning star, causing him to collapse. Fall down, and then buried it into his face.
Nice. Alright, nice. Yeah.
From there, I use a bonus action to move Hex onto the last guy, move to here, and attack him.
Nice. Yep.
Does that hit?
Yep. It does.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then he takes 2 necrotic damage.
And describe how you want to finish him.
So then I run up behind him, and just smash right through his ankle, I guess.
Yeah.
Knocking him down, and just, I guess, let him bleed out.
Yeah, and he just
The
like
hex
struggles
just
there.
crushes his head.
He just struggles there and is like, and then bleeds out after a second or two. Nice. Double kill. All right, cool. Well, you guys killed the ogres. And that to where it
Getting
ran-
my javelin back.
Yeah, you like rip it out of his body.
Do you imagine these idiots had any valuables stored nearby?
I suppose it's worth a look, and if we can find whatever spot they call home, we could give off Miles a chance to rest. I saw that hit, and it did not look pretty.
Yeah, he's even after the ministrations from our Smith friend, doesn't look so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that, I would actually just,
Well, he can
Ooh.
spend hit dice if we take a short rest,
I mean,
Mhm.
sure,
and we
but
would
I
get
can
our
also...
spell slots back.
And if we're not going to wait another day to attack the other place, we might need our spell slots.
Right.
Yeah, this is so right now it's like afternoon. You guys are maybe an hour or two out from the place you were gonna meet up with them at. I'm gonna put this back on the map. So yeah, so it's by the time you get to the meeting point, it'll be evening.
So yeah, I
But
guess
you
the
could
next
carry
thing
on
is
with the attack,
were we
you know.
planning on? Also, we don't need the turn order thing.
I think
Oh yeah.
Were we planning on going in tonight or waiting until tomorrow morning?
we should search for the ogre stash potentially.
Ogre stash, meet up with people, and probably attack tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Probably
I
best
like
to
that
attack in
plan.
the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to gain any advantage attacking kobolds at night.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So yeah, I won't make you guys roll anything. You find the ogre thing after a little bit of searching, and I am gonna let's see,
Okay.
Jack, roll me a d20.
Okay.
You
Suppose for
find
this-
More
find-
ogres.
you find 16 gold pieces. These
Okay.
guys weren't too rich. But then someone roll me a D100.
Ooh,
yeah, go for it.
9
Yeah.
silver, and then D1000 if you want copper.
I'll do that.
That's
Well,
the good
no,
thing.
somebody else.
That's
I
the
don't
good
wanna-
thing about Roll20 is that you could get
Yeah.
do 1000. Yeah, 494 copper pieces if you want them.
That's
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
going to take those.
49 gold.
49 silver.
So let's see.
Right, sorry, 4 gold. Almost
4
5.
gold. But I mean, that's
I'm
still
gonna,
decent.
I'm
yeah.
gonna take the copper.
Yeah, sounds good. But yeah,
I guess I could take the silver.
I split the gold with Miles.
there you go. Yeah.
And you get nothing.
Yep, me and Grizzles will just be over here. Don't mind
Also,
us.
was there
Sport crew
copper
here.
in that monastery?
Well, no, I'll get the other 8.
No,
to,
there wasn't any
to,
coins there.
Okay.
You know,
It was.
Nox is rich.
It was the other
I know we-
temple
I
that
know
there
we
was copper
left-
behind. Yeah.
I
It was
know we
the-
left.
So, let's see, I got
a
8.
shit ton of copper
Yeah,
somewhere.
8 gold.
Yeah, I think you left copper behind in both the Temple of Larimar and Davros. There was copper left
Yeah.
behind.
I'll flick Grizzles one of the gold coins.
In Larimar, we used the copper for Indiana Jones trick.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And in Davros, most of it was already gone.
Yeah, there was all the silver and gold was gone. It was just a little
There.
bit of copper left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so anyways, right. So then I'm assuming you guys, like you said, you're going to travel to the meeting point.
Do we want to rest an hour first, just in case?
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I would assume while we're scrounging, the fucked up individuals are probably resting.
All right. Spell slots back
Yeah. All right.
for me and Miles.
Let's see, I
And
can
me.
get my bardic inspiration back.
No, you don't
Short
get your
rest.
spell slots on a short rest.
I just get
No.
my inspiration. Let's see.
Well,
You get yours
at
on a
least
long
they,
rest.
Just
least they
Warlock
were-
How
boys
many
get short
dice can I
rest.
spend?
as
All of them?
many as you want.
But
You can
only
spend
get-
as many as you want, but you only get half of them rounded down back on a long rest.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to first spend my Blood Hunter one, and I do get to add my Constitution bonus, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you just press the button, it'll do it for
You
you.
just press hit dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have 2 different kinds.
True.
It'll ask you which ones you want to roll,
All right.
or should.
Should. At least, yeah.
All right. Well, so anyway, so you guys are doing that. That's fine. You guys will travel the rest of the way, and make it to the meeting point. And with that little distraction, it took a little while to search for the ogre stuff. Plus the other group had not been going towards the other monastery. They went
Oh,
directly
okay.
there.
By the way,
Mhm.
I would be performing if we're using hit dice, which adds an extra
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Song
is
of
it just
Rest.
certain levels 1d. Okay, so it's add a d6 to whatever you're healing
Right.
if you use hit dice.
So then
Assuming
you
you need it.
guys make it to the meeting point, and again, I'm assuming it's like a mile or so outside, or a little ways away from this mountain that the lair is at. And once you get close enough, Grizzles would actually point it out. It's a decent sized mountain, and up at the top, it gets really steep at the top, and has these jagged cliffs and stuff, and jagged slopes. And Grizzles will point out to you guys the top and say, over that little, at that part, there's actually, if you were to look from above, you'd see the hole in it, almost like a volcano, sort of. Like maybe this was an ancient volcano or something. But there's a hole there where the drake will fly in and out of if it goes outside, which it doesn't normally do that often. But,
Speaking of up there, where is our griffin friend?
yeah,
I don't know.
I haven't been focusing on him, but I'm assuming he's been flying around.
What
Sorry,
the hell?
that's an airplane.
Airplane.
As I look
Yeah.
up, I hear a strange noise.
Yeah, the plane comes flying at no. So
Speaking of the Griffin, do you think we should have him stay with the main group outside at the front distraction?
I don't know if we could
If you can make him do that.
control it
Well,
to do that.
if you hand the horn off to, say, Rhinebout,
It likes eating kobolds, so I imagine the horn and enemies present is all it's going to take.
Mhm.
It's worth a try.
I mean,
And,
I suppose.
And we'll say at this point is when you guys like walk into the campsite of your allies. So you guys and Rhinebout, we won't go into details, but Rhinebout will motion for you guys once you get settled in to come over and make plans with him. So you can involve him if you'd like.
I just picture Miles coming in the back of the group, just like.
First he would ask you guys, like how it went. Did you get the items you were looking for?
Well, we found some things. One of them somewhat useful, but the other valuable, but not exactly the sword I think Miles was hoping.
Yeah.
I see.
Can say I'm not a little bit disappointed.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you'll find something sooner or later.
We did kill a ghost, though.
You killed the
That's
ghost.
ogre.
Huh? Killed the ghost and ogres, huh?
The stuff that
Yes,
almost
we
seemed
ran
like it
into
was
some
meant
trouble
for,
along the way.
for people at a lower level.
Well, it seems like you took care of yourselves, all right. You're all here in one piece.
Indeed.
Mostly. Looks at Miles.
Hey, I'm in one piece. I'm only 5 points of HP below maximum.
Yeah, he's all better now.
I wonder, do expended hit dice present themselves like weariness?
Yeah,
Since
maybe.
you're basically using your energy to
Yeah.
be okay.
Maybe he looks a little like fatigued or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Can't.
Yeah. So Rambo says, very well then. That's the mountain over there, as the kobold had described it to us. Because I'm just assuming that he had, you figured a meeting point.
Yeah, sure.
So tomorrow morning then is when we attack, or during the day. When do you all think would be best?
Well, seeing as kobolds can see in the dark, it's probably best for us
Would
to
the
go in the
sun
day.
rise or set facing the main entrance?
So Grizzles will describe to you that the main entrance is actually underground.
Is what?
It's actually...
It's underground. It's not like a gate facing outward at the edge of the tunnel. It's
There's
in
obviously
the
an exterior entrance, but you're saying that they're guarding inside further?
Yes, they are. They're not
Oh
guarding.
yeah, the palisade was in the tunnel.
It's in a cavern. Yeah.
Where does the cavern come out? Like facing the sun in the morning or evening or just all day?
It would be like facing west. We'll say southwestish maybe. West southwest. I don't know.
To the west.
Yeah. But it's not right at the start of the tunnel, so the sunlight probably would not, wouldn't reach down.
Well, it would be logical to attack at noon or later. That way, if they have to retreat, the kobolds will be running into direct sunlight.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. If they chase them out.
That's presumably what they're going to go for. Once the heat gets too much for them, they'll fucking book it outside. And they can do it on that horn and get an angry griffin to attack anything that follows them out. And it would probably say all this.
Yeah. Ulf, if you're not opposed, we could give the horn to Rhinebout. I doubt the griffin will be of much use to us, and the tunnels will be.
Frankly, I don't think we want the griffin fighting the drake anyway. He's
I
probably being over its head.
agree.
And once and if the battle takes to the air, we're not of much use.
Yeah, I'll hand over the horn to Rhinebout and tell him I expect to get this back.
And
Before,
he
after
nods
the
to
battle.
you and says, "You have my word."
So yeah, if you do retreat outside, blow that and hopefully the griffin will decide that it's hungry.
And hopefully not for our men.
Well, I haven't seen it eat any humans yet.
Hasn't eaten human, but it tends to love kobold
And orc.
and orc. But orc, kobolds. Not this orc. Anyways, I'm still dead orc. It likes to eat dead orc.
Well, you tend to be pretty close.
Well, not when it's around.
True. Yet.
I just picture him knocked unconscious and the griffin's like, ooh.
That's
you
a
doing?
snack.
You look like a snack.
Alright. So real quick, before we continue, do you guys want to start this tonight and then pause somewhere, or do you want to?
How long do you think this battle will happen?
It kind of depends. But we probably won't finish tonight either way, but we can get started, and I don't mind that. So there will be some stopping points, I think.
Yeah, I'm assuming we wanted to go until roughly 2, so you can
So
always just
45
cut us off
minutes.
with a cliffhanger if we hit something
Okay. Yeah.
appropriate.
Sounds good. We can go a little. We can go longer then. All right. Let me look at some stuff real quick. Okay. Sounds good.
Oh no.
All right. That sounds fine. So let's see. So what's any final plan things you're gonna make with?
So we were in a long rest overnight then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Isn't being a short rest boy so useful?
I mean, it is sometimes.
It's very good when you're forced into combats.
I
Let's see.
I dislike that mechanic in the game.
The Rhinemote will also ask you guys. He would say like, how do we know when? How do we know when we should attack? Should we just, attack and then you guys do your thing? What's the deal there?
I guess we should give them a time after we would expect to be encountering them and either attack then or when they notice commotion at the front. I'm
Okay.
assuming they have somebody that can sneak up to watch the front entrance.
Okay. Okay.
So either when the front entrance guards start acting up or after a certain point.
Okay. Yeah, you'll be given like a time.
Basically just go for being a distraction rather than actually kill anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. And so let's see. Was there anything else in the plan that we don't have?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Good. Oh hey, since we're gonna have to climb up a chute, I'd ask them if any of them have a grappling hook and some rope.
Let's see.
It's fairly common adventuring gear that I for some reason don't have on this character.
Grizzles would tell you that there is a rope that you can drop down that they have there in the chute in case of like emergency if they ever had to use the chute. Like
So as long as one of us can climb up,
yeah,
unassisted, we'll be
but
fine.
Rhino will also tell you that they have a 30-foot length of rope.
Yeah, I've got 50 feet of rope, but no hook.
Yeah,
I
they
also
don't
have
have
50
a
feet
hook
of rope,
either,
but
yeah.
no hook.
no hook. Well, I'll have to remember to get that for next time.
If you wanted to wait, I could probably make one.
Probably.
Oh yeah, that's definitely worth less than
I
100
mean, you could
gold.
just do that overnight.
You can just magically
Oh,
hook
yeah.
up.
Like we're just waiting. So
Yeah.
that's
There we go. So, Nox has rope. You can make a hook out of metal. I think it's worth... A grappling hook is worth like 2 gold or something? 5
I
gold
mean,
at most?
Not 100.
I mean, poetry. Do I have to use magic to make a hook?
Probably not. Like, they actually have a little portable anvil that you could use from them.
And
too.
you could just heat metal.
I mean, I don't
metal.
like that's. I don't need anything.
A
other
grappling
than, like,
hook
a heat
is
source,
2 gold
so.
pieces and weighs 4 pounds.
Yeah.
All of my smithing tools give me what I need
Yeah.
to smith, except for a heat source.
Alright.
You just have a fucking anvil strapped to your back at all times.
I mean, I'm not sure how they like intended to work, but basically, yeah.
Alright, well,
Maybe you just find a rock and like temporarily turn it into stone, or not stone, but metal somehow, and just work on that.
Yeah.
alright. Sounds good. So, yeah, you can make a hook.
I'm assuming Nox would add that to her inventory since she's got the rope.
Maybe we should just give the rope to somebody else so they can actually throw.
Whoever has the hook should have the rope.
Yeah,
Somebody that's good at climbing with it, which is athletics.
somebody that's good at throwing.
I've got a 7 in
I-
athletics.
I will take the rope.
All right, you have 50 feet of rope.
There you go.
Have another 50 feet of rope.
Right?
All right.
All right.
All the rope.
I'll just add a grappling hook to my inventory.
I guess we could. Well, there's that rope of climbing or whatever, which can knot and unknot itself. Does a knotted rope just let you climb easier
Yeah.
if you do it manually?
I would
Yeah,
assume so.
I believe so.
But it would shorten it by like 20
Speaking
feet. I
from
think.
experience, it definitely helps.
Yeah.
I mean, in real life, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we could say that we could turn one of the 50-foot ropes to a 30-foot climbing rope, basically. Something like that.
Yeah. I
How,
think that
how
seems
tall was
reasonable.
this chute? Did they ever
Grizzles
say?
would tell you that it's like maybe 40 feet tall.
Okay.
We can turn
I'm gonna check out the rope of climb.
100 feet of rope and turn it into,
Rope of climbing.
whatever it
5e.
will be after
How much
we knot it.
length does this thing lose? Let's see. Well, this one section can bend.
Well, that's like a magical rope of climbing.
Yeah, but it still knots itself. Like,
Yeah.
Well, it just knots itself.
1 foot
instead of you
intervals along
having
the
to
rope.
knot it.
While knotted, the rope shortens to a 50-foot instead of being how long?
Yeah.
60 feet, I think.
So it loses 10 feet.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 60 foot normally and loses 10 feet.
Yep.
So a normal 50-foot rope would lose about 10 feet as well. Maybe a little more.
All right. So do you guys have enough then? With a 50 foot? Yeah. You'd be fine to do
It'd be a
that.
40
Hell,
foot
if necessary, we
climbing
could put
rope.
them together.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Make a
if
whole damn rope
necessary,
ladder out of
we
it.
can make a fucking 80-foot grappling hook if we wanted.
All right. So all right. So then, I don't know. Do you guys have any other things you need to talk to Ryan about before you
I don't think so.
go ahead and
Don't die.
Don't die. Yeah. And he nods that solemnly, and Yordred also says, our men are ready to fight, but we'll try to not lose any if we can.
Since I have the time, I'm actually just going to make it so that I can shoot the grappling hook
With what?
With what?
from my heavy crossbow.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'll allow that.
Okay.
You can fashion a special bolt thing. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll allow that. Okay.
How far does a heavy crossbow normally shoot?
Far enough.
Yeah, far enough.
Far
Definitely.
enough, yes.
Yeah.
A lot farther than I could probably throw.
Even
so
with the
that's
weight, I
all
think
that
that'd
I
be fine.
100 feet and then 400 with disadvantage.
Yeah.
So presumably laden with a bunch of rope, it would go half.
So here's the
something.
thing. We'll see when we get there, but I'm just gonna say you might still have to make some sort of check to aim to the right spot or anything, But still, you can definitely
I
shoot
think
that.
that's just the hit then. I think that's just that mechanic.
The what?
Just
of the-
you hit
Like a
it
normal attack roll.
Oh,
a normal-
yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah,
what I mean.
Give the appropriate rock and
That's
aim
what I mean. Is
AC.
you'll have to do something like that probably, but still.
Yeah.
Anyways, and it will. Well, no,
I
never mind.
just picture
Alright.
you fucking Batman shooting it up,
So
just disappearing up.
Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know. If you guys are ready, if you're done planning, then we'll skip ahead to whenever you guys feel is a good point.
I'm done.
I am also done.
So
I'm
if, I
done.
wanna, if we want to skip ahead to at the tunnels the next day,
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. So the next morning, or day, at whatever time of day, you guys are a little short distance from the outside of this tunnel. That the main tunnel that leads into the main entrance, far enough away that you won't be heard or anything. And Grizzles basically tells you guys that the back entrance he thinks is somewhere around the side of the mountain. It'll take you a couple minutes to find it, but shouldn't take too long.
let's be on our way.
And it's a decent sized mountain, so you'll have to hike around it and find that. But he also says, again, he doesn't know what you guys might find there. And so then Rhinemout basically will say, reaffirming, he'll be like, So you want us to wait however long? How
Yeah,
long
just
do you
do,
want us to
like,
wait? Like,
half hour or less,
Okay.
I'm guessing would make the most sense.
Yeah.
Since combats generally run a minute or two,
yeah.
I don't imagine we'll spend more than a handful of minutes trying to sneak around, unless we're really stuck somewhere hiding.
Mm-hmm. And mm-hmm.
As we embark on this, I would also cast aid on the group.
Yeah. What does that do?
You want to drop us a spell card?
Yeah. I'm definitely going to do that.
Let's see. Choose up to 3 creatures within range.
Boom.
Each target's. So which 3 are you doing it on?
Let's see. I would definitely do it on Anna.
What about Grizzles?
Probably, maybe Miles.
And then probably Miles and myself.
No love for
So-
the kobold. Wow, I see how it is.
I forget.
I mean-
did we do a full rest?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys
All
are all
right,
rested
the
up.
next
Back
day.
up
We
full
time
HP.
skipped. Yep, and you should get your hit dice back.
Full
Yeah.
full
So you
everything.
use what, 2?
I used 2. Yes.
Yeah, so you'll get those back.
I'm kind of
So I'm at
surprised I didn't lose any.
38 for now. I'm gonna have to remember to turn that back later, since this is like actual HP cap
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
instead of temporary points.
yeah. So, what?
Which is good.
Let's see.
Yeah, so you each get an extra 5.
Not only is it HP
Yeah.
on the top, it's also
Actual
HP
HP.
for preventing insta kill.
Insta kill. Yeah. So,
Yeah, it increases
I get
your.
that?
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
yeah, Miles and
Yeah, I have
and
so
Layna.
much HP now.
Oh, daddy.
So let me look at. So you guys are then gonna embark and get on your way.
Ow.
Yeah,
Let me look. Okay. So, hold on 1 second.
we're gonna die.
Here we are.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Here
Let's
we
hope
are.
that giant is like real good.
Right.
Okay.
Oh hey,
All right. So,
like since we haven't technically entered yet,
yeah.
I would suggest that we find like an improvised club or something for the giant. Like since we have basically a pack mule as a companion, one of us should just like carry like a huge
Like a big
improvised
log
club or something, like a log on our
Yeah.
back.
No, that's fine. Yeah. I'll,
Since I fully intend
yeah.
to, if he's alive, to find, heal, and arm him,
Right.
and
Sounds
we might
good.
not exactly find his gear,
Right.
Makes sense.
That's I'm totally down with that.
assuming she doesn't object to carrying
To
like,
fucking log.
20 pounds of wood on her back.
Mm-hmm. That sounds
Or
completely good to me.
So
Alright,
I guess it would
I'll
basically
add
be
along.
like a improvised claw weapon, which is like a D4, but I guess it would be like
Well, if it's
giant-sized?
weapon-like enough, it can just take weapon stats. It's up to the DM. but-
Yeah, it would depend on. Are you gonna take like a full log?
I would
That'd be pretty.
assume if she's able
That'd
and
be-
willing
What?
to carry it, I'd want to find like a great club's worth of limb of some sort.
Yeah, I'll allow that, but it's gonna be real heavy. Like, I'm gonna say like how much does a
I
great
can tell you
club
what a great
weigh?
club weighs if
Yeah,
I
I'm
find
looking it
my
up.
appropriate tab.
It's gonna
I mean,
weigh
I
more
just
than one of
added-
those though.
I
Because
added 20 pounds.
A great club is 10 pounds, so if it's a
Sweet.
log, it would
Let's
be
be
more
like
like
20.
maybe 15 pounds or 20 pounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
at
20
most.
pounds for it.
I added 20.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, you
Already.
can carry it then.
It doesn't
yeah.
even fucking phase your character, I suppose.
You just like
No.
strap it on your back. All right. All right. So
I have just I don't know. I haven't breached even half of my carrying
Oh, God.
capacity yet. So
all right.
You've not even touched.
Your full potential. Yeah. No. So the All right. So you
Bet-
guys.
Better yet, I could
head on?
fucking make it so you could carry double if I had to.
Oh, good.
brawny feet, boys.
So the
Wait,
So
I guess it
it'll-
would stack on top of your already doubling, since I don't think there's any rule against that being doubled again. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it only can double that once, but
So what do you So you guys
Yeah, that's up to the DM.
are you gonna lead with your normal
Definitely not
order
important.
of like Ulf and Miles in the front?
once we find it, I would recommend Anna and Grizzles go and do the scouting, since we're the sneaky boys and we have like some real clunkers in the party now.
Okay.
Sure.
So I'll assume that you guys are the rest of the guys
Not
are
to
a little
mention,
further
like,
behind.
He's the most familiar with the area,
Yeah.
even if he hasn't technically been here.
Yeah. So he so you guys are wandering around, and he will it only takes you about 5 minutes or so, we'll say. 5 minutes, because you have to walk around a bit, and it's you don't know exactly how high up the mountain or low down the mountain's going to be, and it ends up being pretty low at the base on one side of this mountain, and you find the secret entrance here, what you presume to be the secret entrance, and and it's just like a 10-foot wide or so. Like 15-foot wide tunnel that leads into the mountain, and it's dark. There's no lights that you guys can see.
I guess the rapier is gonna come out and light my way. I guess I could have Grizzles walk a little ways ahead, make sure that I don't walk directly into something that will see us.
Right, and yeah, so you guys go, and just after like less than a minute of walking in. Then he's like, I think that's a fork up ahead.
All right, so
Do I see a fork up ahead?
Yeah, there's a fork up ahead, and there's a 3-way split actually.
decisions.
So when you guys move up to it, and are all closer to it, you see that there's a path that goes straight, there's a path that goes left. And there's a path that goes right, and the path on the right has a little like roughly hewn archway over it, and over the archway is Orcish lettering. So I'm assuming Ulf is the only one that knows Orcish, right?
I hope so.
So over this archway, you see the name Shimcog.
Do I recognize the name?
Absolutely. Shimcog is the orc god of chaos and destruction.
So, isn't that the
It's
one
the same one
worshipped
that-
by the other boy?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it just says the word Shimcog over it. However, there's also Grizzle starts like poking around that archway and looking at it, and then he actually like exclaims like that he found a little like sign that one of his that was probably left by one of his kin, because it's in Draconic. There's like a wooden sign or something here, or something scratched on the side of the wall, and he translates it for you, and there's a sign next to it that says "Man Snake, not friendly without tribute."
Man snake.
We saw that squirrel.
Man snake. What kind of roll would that trigger? Trying to think of what that would mean.
Probably like a history or arcana, because it's definitely like not. It's kind of
Well,
it's definitely
that's not
magical or
right.
something.
It's the wrong name, but that's the right roll.
Oh yeah, nice.
Grizzles is just so intelligent.
Is
See,
that
if Grizzle had rolled that, that'd have been horrible.
yeah?
Yeah, it's the right mod. It was just the wrong
Right.
name since I was selected as him.
Yeah, I mean, from what it sounds like, that kind of describes like Nagas,
Naga.
from the way maybe you pick up on something in the way that Grizzles translates it.
Do I know anything about Nagas?
You know that Nagas are man snakes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they are
Normally
weird.
woman snakes.
They are man snakes.
But Grizzles doesn't know what this is
They are
talking
normally
about.
women, but there's men.
So but he says, so you when you translate it, then you recognize that.
Yeah, I'll probably just mumble Naga? Don't know if anyone else has anything to input after that, but
Snake
Well-
people would sound like man snake, I suppose.
we don't really have tribute. Should we try a different path first?
Well, is this even? Well, I suppose Grizzles. Is this the way through the man snake cave toward the main chamber?
I don't think so. I mean, it has a sign that says not friendly, kind of saying don't go, a warning.
Well,
Rip.
then
You
let's
think they
just-
would have cleared it out if that's their main entrance anyway?
Then let's just avoid it altogether.
Yes, let's hope the man snake stays in his hole.
Right. So the other two ways are not marked with anything. They look pretty much the same. You guys, looking down.
I guess it would
just
make
trying
sense to mark the dangerous path, because if you get to that
Yeah.
fork from the inside, you wouldn't know that the way we just came is the exit.
Yeah.
So you might go down the man snake hole and kill yourself.
So the other two paths are not marked anyway, and they both like curve out of sight after after a little bit, so you can't really see. They both look to narrow a little bit, but they are still going on. Which way do you go? Left or right? Or, left or straight from where you came in?
Grizzles, do you have any input here?
He shrugs. I don't know. Got no clue.
Somebody flip a coin.
Left
Heads
it is.
right, tails left.
Left it is?
Wow.
Sounds good. All right, so you go left. And again, it's a pretty wide cavern. Or not wide cavern. Wide tunnel. Decently wide, like 15 feet or so. And after going a short distance, you guys, after actually going around the first curve, all of a sudden, you guys all see right around the curve is on the ground. There's a body of a dead kobold. Looks like it's been here quite a while, maybe like a year. Like it's decomposed a good ways. However, when you see it, Grizzles immediately goes and runs to it.
That's probably not a good idea. Oh, all right.
He runs to it. He runs over to it and like kneels down by it.
Friend of yours.
And you actually hear him like sniffling a little bit.
I'm guessing that's a yes.
Heroes.
Anna will go up and checking around, including the ceiling, for anything.
Mm-hmm. Nothing's on the ceiling.
down next to
However,
him.
the tunnel does go further, and it looks like a little ways up ahead, maybe 100 feet or so. It looks like it opens up into like some sort of cavern up there. However, before whether or not you guys decide to go that way, Grizzle's like he's kneeling down next to it and he says, "This was my little mate, Zeeby.
ZB?
Yeah, we grew up together, and they told me he went on a special mission. They told me he was going to go somewhere to do something important. But
You think they killed him?
they, I don't know, but they must have either, maybe they sent him down here, knowing that something is up ahead, knowing that he would die. Maybe they lied to him.
I'm going to look at the body and see if there's any slash wounds or like broken bones or anything.
There is, well, so it becomes quite clear after a brief inspection that there's actually like a boulder that's a little ways away, and it looks like that smashed him.
Like it dropped or rolled on over him or something.
Something like that, but it looks like it slammed him up against the wall there, and like broke the whole right side of his body.
Is there anything that the boulder would have naturally come from nearby, or was this probably thrown by
The
something?
ceiling doesn't look like it has dropped any boulders or the walls.
What would be throwing boulders in here?
Hopefully nothing we meet.
If he was sent into this passageway, it's probably not the entrance, since we can probably assume he came from the way we did and is trying to progress further in.
That's a decent thought. Shall we go back and try the straight path?
Yeah.
And Grizzle's like wiping like small tears that from his eyes, and he's like, if they did this to him, I'm gonna kill them.
That was already the plan.
Just one more reason.
Well,
if there's enough small rocks around, I'll probably like cover the body up.
Okay, sounds good. when you're doing that, at one point, you hear like a low rumbling noise. Not alarming in any way, but just like coming from further down this tunnel.
Is this around when I'm about done, or like in the middle?
Yeah, when you're
of
about
it?
done.
I kind of glance around. That doesn't sound good.
We might want to get out of this tunnel.
And then
Last time there was rumbling, there was an earth elemental.
then you guys hear it
fighting.
again. It goes like.
Wait, like snoring?
This time you can make it out. It definitely sounds like a large, loud snore.
Quiet, everyone.
Let's go back to the fort. Head down the straight path. I feel like whatever's snoring probably killed this kobold.
Let's leave very. Oh God, you said that Grizzles might go aggro.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And so Grizzles will, he'll go with you guys, and you guys go back, right?
I guess either way, they sent them down there to get killed.
Yeah.
So it's all their fault. Whatever's down there.
So, and Grizzles, he's starting to, like, think this in his mind too, and he's getting very angry. All right.
He's
So you
gonna
guys-
take a level of barbarian next.
So you guys are gonna go down the straight path then, right?
Yes.
All right, down the one path you haven't.
You know, the
Look
funny
at.
thing is, other than it would be bad for the bonus damage, a level of barbarian isn't actually
Yeah.
that bad on a lot of characters,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
just because of the rage.
So the other tunnel, you guys don't. It actually just winds around, but you guys are going cautiously. Anna and Grizzle's up at the front, but you don't see any other like dead kobolds. You might find bones of like other animals and stuff that have wandered in here. And there's like maybe a little cavern that opens up on the way, just a tiny one. But it really doesn't. You guys don't really. Nothing else piques your interest until eventually you see up ahead what looks to be like a little like alcove, a little like clearing area, and then just a wall. And getting closer, you can see that there's a chute that goes up.
Bingo.
And
If we found it.
and you actually can see there's a light, a very like low light coming, like glow coming from the top, sort of leaking into here.
Now the question is,
Well-
can we get a grappling hook up there without them hearing it?
And Grizzle says, normally a short distance away from the ledge up there, then there's one or two kobolds watching. They might be
Well,
sleeping
is it-
on the watch, but
Is it
still.
one of you or Kass that could cast silence?
Who's Cass?
The bird.
I suggest we have someone climb up while the rest of us get ready to fire anyone who the grappling hook.
Does it look like it could be climbed without the grappling hook?
Um, it is a. It looks like it could be done, but it would be a little difficult.
Okay. Let's see. Athletics.
I technically could still cast silence.
Athletics is a strength check kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking.
It, like I said, I already I have a way that I work this out. It will.
Would climbing be dex checks or athletics?
Athletics usually.
Mm-hmm.
Athletics. Okay.
Yep. And you would so I'll tell you how this works if you want to try to climb it. You'll have to make 3 different athletics checks with different ranges. Either you stay the same, or you go up, or you go up double, or you fall if you get below a certain number. Because it's really rough, rocky, craggy sort of stuff. But that means that you can climb it because it's craggy and there's lots of places to hold on to, but it also means that there's lots of jagged edges and stuff that could cause you to fall. So it looks like it's pretty dangerous business.
Not to mention, if you fuck up, you'll probably start making noise and attract kobolds. Oh, how do we want to do this? Any volunteers? Climb up.
So you could totally try to shoot the grappling hook thing up there, again, but, as you could probably figure out, if it misses, it'll probably like clang around, make a lot of noise.
I can't imagine I'm very good at climbing, but if nobody else will
Okay.
volunteer.
I'm gonna start climbing.
Okay, and like I said, there's also a rope at the top that Grizzles told you about.
That you can throw down.
Yes, so only one of you needs to go.
I
Hold
will
on.
stop you before you start climbing and cast
I'm
invisibility
already on my
you.
way.
Alright, Layna's already up. You, with that roll,
Feel free to cast as I'm going.
you
but-
make it 2/3 of the
Well,
way
you
up.
see, it's touch, so no, never mind, fuck off. Have fun.
so you make it up 2/3 of the way.
Leave
with
the
this.
support character behind, have fun.
Within a few seconds, you just scramble
Cast
up.
guidance on yourself.
You scramble up
cast
a
guidance
lot
on
of the
myself.
way and manage to make it 2/3 of the way up. So that's really good of you. That's really good. All right.
Okay.
So roll again. Oh my god! Holy hell! And
Excuse me.
because you
See,
roll
look,
that
this
20,
is what happens.
Don't worry, I
when
only have
you
a
reset our
20-pound
nat
log on my
20s.
fucking back.
Don't worry, they won't
Because-
see you because you jumped to the fucking ceiling after you climbed up.
yeah, because you roll 20 and nat 20, when you get up, you actually are so quiet that when you get up, you see that there's two kobolds there that are asleep, like dozing off at their post, a good like 30 feet away from you in a neighboring little cavern a little ways away, through a short tunnel. But they, you're so nimble about it that you don't make any noise at all. No risk of being heard.
Nice.
Now push that rope down.
Yeah, there's a rope like
the
anchored
shortcut.
beneath a rock here. So, and
Nox would say to the rest of them, I say we send Ulf up next. He's probably the next best climber. Decently good in combat as well.
All right. And I like
So
yourself.
what do we do? Do we make
I
rolls
don't-
with the rope now?
I don't think you need to make rolls. This is a knotted rope. It's meant for climbing this. I'm not going to make you guys roll at this point.
The order is just fluff unless they decide to wake up while we're climbing.
Yeah, you guys all make it up now. Let's see. Well, let's see. No, I think that's fine. I was thinking maybe those of you in like
So there's two
stealth-
sleeping kobolds and
unstealthy
presumably
armor,
no
but
one
no, whatever.
else immediately nearby.
Well, so I can drop you guys in a map if you'd like.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
yeah,
basically
okay,
am going to propose that me and Grizzles try and knock them out, since I don't imagine he wants to kill the other kobolds all that much,
Hold on
or
one
just
second.
drakes and drakelings and the drake.
I agree. We should definitely knock them out. Though, maybe someone stronger than Grizzles should give that a try? No offense.
Can anyone sneak properly to get within range?
Hold on one second.
Well, I've got a 0 in stealth
And disadvantage.
and disadvantage.
I also
So
have
Also,
a 0
Grizzles
in
gets sneak
stealth
attack.
and disadvantage.
Like,
The two of you then go up and do that, and we'll be here to assist in knocking them out if it comes to it.
Alright, hold on
they
one
are
second.
I should assume that he'll be able to.
Alright, no one move yet.
Because
I'm pretty
They're,
sure
they're
it's-
prone, right? So it'd be advantage, attack, sneak attack bonus.
They're also asleep, which means they're
Hold on one sec.
incapacitated.
There you go.
They're unconscious, so if
And
you
there's light
hit-
in here, so we can both see.
No, okay. They're unconscious, so if you hit them, it's a crit. That's what
Oh.
it is.
Is
Assume
that how
that.
that works?
Assume
Yes.
that all these caverns from this point on are lowly lit. Like they don't like bright light, obviously, but they still like dim lighting.
Watch
like
me fucking
low
nat one a
fires,
stealth check up
coals,
here.
and stuff.
I'm also just gonna touch both of you with my guidance.
Oh,
You gonna guide us? What does that do?
Well, it only works on
ability-
one
Four.
person.
One second,
Oh,
guys.
right. I can choose one of you.
I have a
touch
lower
you, Anna.
stealth check than
Yeah, I'll
Grizzles.
touch you, Anna, and you can add a D4 at will.
But yeah. So I'm figuring me and Grizzles will try and sneak up to each of them and knock them out at the same time, and I'm assuming I would have the warlock boys ready to blast the shit out of them if we fail. Because I don't think we have anyone with.
Can I get within 30 feet without sneaking? Well, I guess that's a bit of a meta question, so I won't have you answer that.
I will prepare guiding bolt.
All right, so you're gonna once yeah, so
I also have my sword and board out.
so sorry, I was
will
doing something else. What's the plan here? You're gonna sneak up next to them and then
The two of us are going to sneak up and try and knock them out, and they are going to have attacks ready to kill them if
Alright.
necessary.
yep,
Yeah,
yeah, if they wake
I'll
up or
flash
anything. Yeah, I got you. All right, so let me all right, sounds good. We'll keep moving one step at a time, and let's see. So
Like if it is indeed an auto crit, if we
It
auto
is.
hit as well.
If they're it's part of the unconscious condition, sleep. So
So
Alright.
yeah, Grizzles can definitely knock a kobold out with a
and you
crit.
have advantage because they're asleep and prone.
all right, so when you guys
So really, it's just stealth checks.
all right, so you guys when you reach this point, you'll have to make me a stealth
Right.
check. So go ahead and you're both gonna have to roll me. I'm assuming you're moving side by side. You know.
Yeah.
Yep. So make me.
I will
a
make
stealth
a
check.
stealth check and add a d4. I might as well either way.
I think Grizzles is has expertise, right?
He
So
should.
so he's
Yeah,
actually
he has a plus
so
7.
good at
Like he'd
this,
have a
yeah.
really bad stealth roll, except for his level.
Also,
but
I'd like to change my prepared action to
17.
a longbow that I summoned.
Shoot long
And then
instead of the
That's so
Eldritch
much
Blast.
quieter.
Yeah,
Because it's much
that
quieter.
makes sense actually. Instead of the crackling energy. Yeah. Fair. Right. Sounds good. And as you
Grizzles, you've betrayed us.
as you take your steps, neither of them wake up.
I imagine I'm just like being really quiet, and I hear a shuffle from next to me, like,
Yeah. You like hold up your fingers. Shh. All right.
all right, so now we
Woo.
attack with advantage. I'm gonna do a rapier attack with advantage.
And you just automatically crit, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
And as long as you hit,
the-
they're dead.
All right, so you knocked him out.
That boy's out, and
Yeah, I think Grizzles actually literally can't not kill them. Yeah. Yep. They're dead.
because it would be
They're
that
not dead,
plus,
they're knocked out.
plus
Plus
Oh,
that.
yeah,
that.
knocked out. Yeah, knocked out.
Both doubled.
All right, and
Oh,
they
yeah,
are-
sneak attack doubles too. You're right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does. So yeah, they're actually
So it's
like
2d4 plus 2d6.
like both of
plus
them are more than double of their
3.
hit points negative. So they are totally
very
screwed.
knocked out.
Yeah, extremely knocked out.
All right, well, I will resummon my Morningstar and move.
So, what kind of weapons did they have on them?
Just daggers. You know.
I guess I'd hand the dagger on the one next to me to Grizzles, and he'd probably loot the other one,
All right, yeah. He'll take both the daggers.
since they are a throwing weapon.
Yeah, they probably have slings as well, but you know whatever. All right. So yeah, from now on, let's see.
Is the whole like cavern lit up? You said there was a light when we came
There's
over here.
there's occasional little like low lit torches. Yeah.
So
or-
we're in dim light now.
Yeah. So
It's unfortunate for me.
That's actually the worst possible scenario.
Well, not for us blind
Not
ass
for you.
boys.
Well, it's fine for you, but like it doesn't help me or mine.
Yeah.
So
I think it's also good for stealthing in general.
Probably.
Grizzles actually.
yeah.
So hold on, Grizzles will be up next to you. Let me tell you what he's saying as you're going through this, because he's been here before, obviously. He had motioned to the path straight ahead, up here. Oh, I gotta move the. Hold on, I'm gonna real quick do this just for the purpose of the stream. Oh wait, yeah. Then I gotta move the viewbot boy, the ring of power. Grizzles will tell you that straight ahead is where the sleeping chambers are of all the kobolds, and he says that he'll be like, "You probably shouldn't go that way. There's maybe up to 30 kobolds there,
Jesus.
so let's not go that way."
Yeah, let's
And-
go.
And he says, and he tells you, and to the left is where we're gonna find the main chamber after a short gap. And you actually like you guys all hear coming from there. You hear like chitter chatter. You know, the attack hasn't started yet, right? Like this has been probably like 15, 20 minutes.
That
or
is the
so.
direction it'll come
I-
from, though.
I'm gonna ask Grizzles how large the sleeping quarters is.
It's I don't know, maybe 40 feet by 30 feet. I don't know. Actually, that's not right. It'd be like 50 feet. I don't know. 50 feet by 50 feet, 60. I don't know. Something like that.
Because not to say I could probably easily kill all of them, like real quickly, but
Well, the goal, Layna, is to take control of these kobolds as our own army. If we could,
Oh yeah.
if we could avoid killing as many of them as possible, that would be ideal.
Grizzles
Though
will
if you-
also, or yeah.
Go for it.
Grizzles will also tell you. You can do what you're saying, but say he'd also warn you that in the main chamber, like as you guys can hear, there are probably kobolds out there. There are definitely going to be kobolds guarding the entrance towards the Drake's lair itself. So around this corner, you're gonna have to be careful.
But Layna, if you see anything with wings, please kill it. Kill it fast.
And the other thing was,
Alright.
so you guys in your head, this is maybe 20 minutes that it's taking you to get here. The attack hasn't started yet. And you'd probably know if it did, because you'd hear all the kobolds running in every which way. And they, and you guys could probably put this together, but they're going to have to come from the sleeping chambers, the one that are awoken. So they're going to run right down this tunnel from the top towards the left. So once the attack starts, you probably don't want to be in sight.
Well,
Do we want to try and block off this end of the tunnel?
block it off? How? Wouldn't that be suspicious anyway?
I mean, they're not going to be able to get out to tell anyone about it.
Would the ones in the sleeping quarters actually wake up, or would they have to have somebody run in there and wake them up?
Grizzles would tell
when
you
the
that.
attack starts?
Grizzles would probably tell you that they're not all sleeping. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 are probably just relaxing, or maybe throwing bone dice. I don't know.
Presumably it'll be noisy enough that they'll wake up, though.
Yeah, but he definitely would say you're probably not gonna be able to walk into the sleeping chamber and catch them all by surprise. There's gonna be a couple awake.
Grizzles, do you think there's any possibility we could waylay whatever messengers come from and stop them from warning them at all?
He shrugs and he's like, I don't know. Maybe, but there's gonna be a commotion out in the main chamber, anyways.
A commercial.
Commotion, yeah.
Well,
Oh, hey! Hello, Kobold!
Yeah, you can peek around the corner, right? So
Yeah, I'm just on this tile and I can see down and see
Yeah.
a Kobold standing
yeah,
way down
unless
there.
you move any further, I'm not gonna make you make a check. Once you move around the corner,
And Ulf is now
No.
in the ground.
yeah. But yeah, you don't have to make a check. They're just peeking around the corner. They are they do not have the passive perception to see you. You
Oh, hello.
can't go out there, Ulf, unless you want to go out in full vision.
you
or
walk
something.
through the
It's
wall.
silence
to
right
begin
now.
with.
Yeah. So do you so you can peek around the corner and see what do you see? You want to share with the group,
I see a Kobold and a tunnel. And maybe a passage. I don't know what that is. I can only see a sliver.
Well, perhaps we duck back behind this corner behind us, wait for all the kobolds to run by, and then sneak behind.
Well, what's on the other side of the sleeping chamber? What? We're trying to kill the Drakelings.
We have to go to the
Really?
left through the main chamber to get to the great chamber.
Yeah. Precisely. The sleeping
So
chamber is
it's-
just a branch off, and
So
this is also a branch.
If
off.
we do wait for the commotion, the hope is that the majority of the kobolds just book it up way past the main chamber towards the entrance.
Right.
Mhm.
If there was any way that we could silently block off the tunnel to the main chamber, that would be interesting. But I don't know that we can.
And Gristle
Yeah,
will tell you.
I guess I'm fine with the idea of waiting around the corner. I could see a couple of them coming this way to try and warn these boys, and we'll just be ready to knock them the fuck out.
All right. Is that the plan you guys decide on? Because the attack will be starting soon. A few minutes.
Yeah, I like it. Anyone else?
Seems fine.
All right, I'll drag
Seems
you on down
alright.
there. Yeah.
All right.
Is one of you guys gonna peek around the corner to watch what's happening, or not gonna risk
Yeah.
it? All right.
I mean, I was right here. Not
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
not
got you.
here.
All right, sounds good. So,
And if any of them look like they're gonna come this way, I suppose we'll just back up and try and knock them out or kill them
Here,
or whatever we have to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
all right, sounds good. So after 5 or 10 minutes, however long until the attack starts, it's a little delayed, but you hear first, very distant and echoey, you hear yelling coming from the direction, from the main chamber and past that probably. And then you hear like a little horn being blown, you know. And you hear commotion. The voices that were sort of just chitter chatter in the main chamber are now like yelling. They're like, and Grizzles will tell you that they're saying, like, you know, asking what's going on, and then you hear a much more like a much deeper pitch, like more guttural, like again, still in Draconic. It sounds the same type of language. You guys can tell, barking out like what sounds like orders. And Grizzles tells you that one of the Drakelings is in the main chamber barking out orders, and that to wake up all the clan or whatever. And so a kobold runs by, and I'm not gonna like show this. I'm just gonna describe it. So a kobold runs by up that tunnel towards the sleeping chamber, and you hear commotion, and all of a sudden now you start hearing yelling, and you can hear them starting to whip each other into a blood frenzy. Like and Grizzles he like shudders a little, you know.
Tactics intensifies.
Yeah, he's like ugh. And you hear like and all of a sudden then a flood of them just pours down that hallway, just like you know, pushing off each other, pushing against the walls as they go around the corner, and like I said, it's a few dozen of them, so it takes a minute or two for them to all filter through, and near the end of this line, then one of them like looks off to the side down this tunnel and is like, and looks back at the group, and then starts to head down towards you guys. He's like one of the last ones. He looks like he's about to come around this corner.
I'd say we back up around this corner and wait for him. That way it breaks line of sight, guaranteed.
Yep. Alright, so you do that, and I'm not going to even represent him, because you guys, if you all prepared like bow shots and everything, he's absolutely dead. Like you guys can just roll, but as long as one of you hits,
I guess we'll
dead,
just like
so.
straight up attack him, and I could make an effort to stabilize him quick.
If once he gets to like within melee range, I have a prepared attack to hit him.
Okay. He runs right around the corner because he's dashing, not paying too much attention. So he runs right into your range, and you can. Oh no, you didn't. Anyone else? That would have been there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not also doesn't
Okay,
hit.
okay, guys.
Booming
Okay.
There you go.
Well, that was
So-
me, but Grizzles apparently is.
Yeah, so you guys just dive on him and just slash him apart. So it's no
He's
problem.
mega dead.
Yeah.
I'll pick him up and throw him next to one of the other ones after that.
Yeah, and he lets out like a quick squeal, but nothing that you think would attract attention. There's lots of
I
yelling
guess
going on.
after that, I'll peek around the corner and see if there's any other stragglers.
Yeah, and you wait like, I don't know, maybe you wait a minute or two, but you don't what was I say? You don't hear any noises coming from there.
Alright, so I can pass this doorway safely without anyone seeing me from the looks of it. I'd probably go like to the entrance of the sleeping chamber just to make sure there's no one back here.
Yeah. Yeah, you go back there. There's actually one kobold, but he's completely asleep. It looks like he maybe passed out drunk.
I'm gonna go knock him out.
Alright, sounds good. Nope, you don't have to roll. Alright, you knock that one out, and then I'm assuming you come back. I didn't actually
The
represent them
loose
in there, as you can tell, but
Alright, I'll be like, okay, there was a drunk one. I made sure he's not gonna wake up.
I would say you still hear voices from the main chamber.
Yeah.
There are slight voices, and you hear a deeper voice as well.
Well, we
Right.
better get moving, I suppose.
Yeah, we need to use this distraction as best we can.
Fire.
Right.
And
Also, you want to drag Grizzles along at some point whenever we
alright,
hit something important.
alright, and right about there is where I'm gonna have you stop, because as you move out, as Miles moves out, then you see this Drakeling and some kobolds, and they definitely see you because they are attentive and they're looking around. So you're gonna have to roll me
Kobolds.
initiative.
Oh,
Although
what's the tragedy?
if we wanted to, this could be a good spot to end it. It's up to you guys.
Nah, I want to kill these nerds.
It is 2.
It's up to you guys.
It's up to you, Matt.
Let's kill these guys then.
Alright, sounds good.
Oh,
Alright,
Sounds
Bad
good.
myself, clicked on myself.
Oh, let me yeah,
Holy
just
shit!
I forgot to
I
clear
rolled
the
above a
ones.
5.
I forgot to clear the ones from last time, but I can just delete them. Whatever. Yeah, just roll
I
your
mean,
new
we
ones.
can't see them. We just see all new rolls.
Oh, that's weird. I guess I
I
can
was
only
gonna
see
say
them.
this is all new rules to me.
That's
but-
weird.
All new rolls.
Fair enough. I would delete all the old ones on my side then.
I'm glad I rolled really high because I want to these boys up if I can. See, I was back here a little bit.
Hold on, now I gotta get my stuff open.
One day I'll roll in the double digits.
One day. Not today.
Not ever. Speaking of which, where are these kobolds? I don't see any kobolds.
I don't see them, but I see the Drakeling.
I see one kobold.
They're up to the north side,
Drakeling's there.
closer,
Kobold
to,
probably.
closer to us
there's-
than the Drake.
There's one kobold near the Drakeling.
Probably there somewhere.
I can't see any more of the room. So
Alright.
There.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay, well, it is. Let me get the stream set up so they can see on there what's happening. Whoop. Spoilers. Okay, so it is Anna's Anna's turn first.
My fern.
Yep, your fern.
Between two ferns. Right?
Alright, let's see. I'll get up to this corner and kind of peekaboo around. I see them. Do I see anything else while I'm here that would matter to me? I don't see anyone down the other caves. Good to know. Well, I'm going to cast a hypnotic pattern, like starting where Mr. Drake Boy's head is, and then going this way and up this way into the other chamber.
Alright.
And that'll be
It's like a
15,
wisdom?
Wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom. Gotcha.
Wisdom.
Okay, first kobold fails. I'm going from left to right. Second one fails. Third one succeeds. Last one fails. And
Big boy.
big boy succeeds.
To be expected.
Yeah.
Alright, and then I will say focus on the Drakeling and end my turn.
Alright. It is the kobold's turns. And
The one that's conscious.
the one that is conscious, the kobold's turn, yeah. And he's going to like squeal and look around at his companions who are just drooling. He's like, ah! And then he's going.
I don't see myself on the turn order, even though I rolled with my
Did you have
name
your?
click.
Did you have
Yeah.
your token click? Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
Try to do it again just to see if it adds it this time, and then edit it.
it didn't add it.
That's weird. Hold on, let me try for you. Let me do a. What if I just do this? There you go. You can edit that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So put on your 20 in there. Oh, that's not your original. Yeah, never mind. I'm not giving you 20.
Wait a minute.
The
Hey, what are those 7 boys dexes?
I have a 0 modifier,
I
What is
can't.
that?
so it doesn't
What's
show it.
the Drakeling's modifier?
Is the
That's,
Drakeling's dex greater than 14?
no.
Then I
So-
go before it.
Yep. Yeah. It's like
and
that.
if it's greater than 0, it goes before.
Well, if it's greater than
No,
10.
it Layna goes
10,
first.
yeah.
Layna goes first. So the one kobold that can do anything
Lower than
is going to look at its like higher up here. Look at the Drakeling, and then it's gonna turn and run down this corridor.
Mm.
And it-
Expect
that's how it
And it
Spray
yells
reinforcements.
and it yells something in Draconic.
Grizzles.
Grizzle's. I'll let him say what it says. Grizzle's face turns to fear, and he says, "He's telling him. He's warning him."
Well, hopefully him can't fit down.
But at least we know which way to go to find him.
And Grizzles nods. Although he could have told you that too.
I mean, sure, but
Yeah. Anyways, so that guy goes wee and nopes out of there. And let me actually make sure that he moved the right amount. He moved a little too much. There we go. All right. Cool. The other ones just sit there. So, Ulf.
Yep, I'm going in.
All right.
15. Wait, yeah. 15. So that's where I'm moving.
I sent poetry a secret message.
Oh, was that on Discord?
No.
Where was it? I
It's
didn't
on
get it.
you roll to.
You go bonk that blue boy.
Wait, what?
I
What?
can't.
Oh, nice. Good
Yeah,
job.
I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, you have javelins now.
He does.
I too have.
In fact, that might mean you. Well, I guess it can move also, so there's not really any
I
point
would-
on your
I would
movement
have
other
to
than to
roll-
separate from us.
Yeah, I'd have to roll with disadvantage at this range. So.
Yeah. Rip.
So
So,
you
oh,
can't
yeah,
get
I'm just-
you can't get into normal range.
No,
Where
I'm
did
already
you start?
right here.
So
This is 30.
Yeah.
well, rolling with disadvantage would be better than doing nothing.
Or you could take the dodge action.
Yeah.
Or I could take the dodge action.
Does dodge action do anything for dex saves? I can't remember.
Pretty sure.
I will take the dodge action either way.
All right.
I don't know what that does, but I'm going to use it.
It gives you
It sounds like
it
I'm
gives
gonna
the
Them
enemies disadvantage
on
attacking you.
attacks. Yeah.
And you make dex saving throws with advantage.
Yeah.
It's basically you preparing to avoid
To avoid
getting
stuff.
hit by
Yeah.
things.
All right. So Nox's turn.
Okay, so let's see. 10, 15, 25. I'll move out to here.
All right.
Then
Eldritch Blast.
I will hex that dude because he's
Yeah.
within range. And fuck it, let's give him a strength ability check down
Okay.
or disadvantage. And then yes, Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Oh no.
That
That
does the Drakeling thing. Yeah, it definitely hits.
Yeah. Okay. And then the second beam also
That's
hit.
better.
Yeah. Nice.
and evened out
So
nicely.
it is.
Yeah.
So that's 5. Yeah. Nice.
10,
21.
21.
Nice.
It's not bad.
And it rears back in pain, clearly hurt by that. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. And is that all you do?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Alright. Grizzles' turn, and I would say Grizzles is very eager to fight this time. In the past, he's been cowardly. He's ready to fight this time. He is angry. So you can use whatever you want with him. I'm not gonna like intervene and say that he wouldn't do anything.
So you can get
Anger.
almost there, but not quite.
You should make him a barbarian, honestly.
So,
Barbarian
let's see
rogue
here.
is a weird combo.
If you want to
He's-
move, yeah. If he runs in, that's where.
Also,
you can use
kobolds
him.
are like super weak.
Yeah, but you can still get the half damage from it.
I feel like, and he is angry.
He is angry.
I guess it's really up to poetry, whatever actually makes sense.
I think he would
But-
just honestly run in there, try to melee.
He can't actually reach even with bonus action dashing.
Hmm.
He's 5 feet away from being able to hit range, so he would be able to bonus action dash really close and then sling at him or throw a dagger.
Yeah, I would say he would do that. Like maybe move out towards the fire or something and stay.
He
keep
could get, like,
distance a little
here.
bit. Yeah, and then sling.
Take disadvantage on that sling.
Why? This isn't melee range.
So
Yeah. All right. So and yeah, so he could definitely do that.
then we don't end up with another dead kobold.
And he slings, and the
Sling
Drakeling
it.
looks very surprised to see.
I don't believe he has any
Yeah.
of the sneak attack enablers currently.
Nope. He does not.
No one close by.
No advantage.
Nope.
Advantage, so sling away. Ooh, nope.
Oh,
He's
no.
really angry, but
Oof.
His anger clouds him.
He's very angry, not very accurate.
the angliest boy.
All right. So he
He would. Let's see. He burned
All
his.
of the angles.
Let's see. He burned his movement, bonus action, move, and then action attack. So that'd be everything.
Mm-hmm. And alright, sounds good. That brings us to Miles.
Alright. Let's see. What is the range on this spell? Alright, that's probably good enough.
I like how
Oh no.
how Fraser became a
Alright,
like,
so I'm gonna move over to
8-year-old
here.
smoker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to here. I am going to cast Hex on the Drakeling.
Alright.
Double hex.
And I'm gonna, I don't know, Wisdom saves.
Alright, now he has wisdom and
It's not
strength.
saves, just ability checks,
Abilities,
which
yeah.
Or whatever.
pretty much useless. But
Yeah.
unless someone
Uh,
grapples them and you
Yeah.
hit
And
strength
then I'm
attacks,
going to
but-
zap him with Eldritch
Yeah.
Blast.
I guess you might as well go for
Pew.
dex ability checks. That way you can't. Do
Oh
dex.
shit!
Fuck.
Nice.
Oh.
plus
Hex
another
damage.
6.
Pew!
Like unfortunately, you
Don't
couldn't
forget your
just
hex d6s.
take
Yeah.
both of them.
And those
And
are
here's
doubled,
the
right?
D6 for the first one. Does that get doubled? I don't think
Yeah.
so.
All
yeah,
damage.
that-
All
because-
damage
Yeah.
dice rolled on a crit attack
Because
are
it's
doubled.
not gated behind a DC.
13.
Well,
so
It's not
gets-
doubled. You roll
18.
another of the dice.
Right,
So
but
roll
alright.
two x dice for the first.
So there's for the
attack.
first one. So the first one gets another 7, and the second one gets another 4.
Okay. He looks like he's about to fall over dead, but he's still barely going. He has gashes all over him now. You know that
I
Eldritch
moved
Blast
10
have
feet.
Yeah,
whipped his.
he's been hit by like
armor.
force damage and a lot of necrotic
I
damage.
Yeah.
move over here.
Alright. And he or yeah, so alright, so do you do anything else?
Yes. No.
Flashes.
Alright. So Layna,
Yes, no,
it's
maybe
your
so.
turn.
Go for the kill.
Yeah, I mean,
Throw your club at him.
You might as well.
Do that like fucking Scottish thing where they
Close,
just fucking
yeah.
chuck logs at people.
Fucking
Well, not at people, but
radiant.
You
Whatever.
have a log on your back. You can check it.
I mean,
Or use
I
magic.
could.
Or
It'd
use
be
magic,
like-
yeah.
It'd be like the dumbest move I could
Yeah,
possibly
probably.
make, but you know,
Cast
it's,
fireball.
it's possible that it works better.
Alright.
We'll do like a little. Where is it? Boom.
well, boom.
Alright, and he has to do a dex save.
Yeah.
He
That's always
succeeds.
A
So he takes-
rather poor.
3.
He takes nothing. It's a
That's
Like
all
Angel,
nothing.
right, yeah.
Alright. Alright.
Yeah.
So is that all you do?
but you
Uh,
didn't lose anything though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't lose anything.
Hey,
Do
now our
anything
blue
else?
boy is able to retaliate.
Oh.
At least one attack.
I'll also cast Searing Smite.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Lasts for a minute, so
Oh no!
What does that do?
it's
That's the one. That's the one, right? The
Searing
or is
Smite
that
is
the
No,
That's
Searing
not the
Smite
one,
is
no.
just like
It's
something-
just
it's
like
just
extra
damage
damage on top
added
of my
yeah.
weapon.
on
The
a-
next time he hits something with
okay.
a melee attack,
Thing is,
Right.
we might actually be out of combat for more than a minute. after
Might
maybe
this.
we'll see.
so
He's using one of those
he-
kobolds.
Like we're straight up just gonna
I
walk
mean,
up to these three
yeah.
kobolds and
Alright.
knock them the
Knock
fuck
them
out.
out.
So
Yeah.
it's his turn now.
I mean-
And he is going to he's gonna run away like a coward. However, he's gonna run away this way. He's gonna take an action to dash. So he's gonna go all the way down to there. So down to there. That's his normal movement.
Anna, don't let him escape.
And then he's gonna go, you know, like I don't know, to there, yeah.
I feel like he's gonna
15.
get out of my line of sight.
So there's 15, and then you know,
I think one of our warlocks can probably still get him.
20, and he has that's he's 25.
Boy's got
left.
too much movement.
So you can go there, and then there.
Yeah, look at this bullshit. The arrows keep going.
There he goes over there.
All right, I know exactly what I'm gonna do on
And-
my next turn.
And he dashes.
Yeah.
He might growl something out in common while he's flying, you know, dashing through the air. He'll say, You'll pay for this, in
Let's see.
a rough common voice.
5, 10, 15.
It's almost like he's still in range.
He is still in range.
And Anna, it's your turn now.
30.
Let's do this already.
Can you see him, Anna?
Anna. See, that is 70 feet away. Oh, what would I have the best chance? Can I need it. I need to do some reading.
You can bring out your short bow. Can't you?
Probably your short bow.
Yes. I got
Probably
lots of
disadvantage. I don't know the range on the short bow.
I'm
More than 70. 120, I think? No,
Pretty
not
sure it's either
120.
100 or 120.
I don't have the longbow range written down, so that's not helpful.
Longbow is 200 and 400, I believe.
No.
So that doesn't
no,
help
it's-
me.
No,
It's
longbow
150
is
to 400.
320 and 600, I believe.
Oh, that's
Alright.
a lot longer
It's 150, 600.
Yeah, 150.
Yeah, there you go.
So what is Anna gonna
150,
do?
600.
The
let's
shorty.
see.
Short bow is
80,
something.
80. So I can attack him normally. I was just looking to see if I could give myself
Oh,
advantage
shit.
somehow,
Yeah, you're right.
but I cannot.
So, can you give yourself bardic inspiration?
No, that's why I was looking.
Oh.
You can't inspire yourself, unfortunately. There's a lot of other things you can do. I can give myself heroism, but that doesn't help.
Yeah.
You've
Anything
had
else that I
enough of your
have,
own-
pretty much all my other stuff is a full action.
You've had enough of your own like bullshit inspiration.
So
You're
basically,
like,
I
I'm
have
over
to
it.
decide whether a short bow or a vicious mockery is more likely to hit, and whether the vicious mockery could kill.
Is it a wisdom save?
Yeah.
I would probably go for the short bow.
You think these are wise boys? I guess he did save against the spell.
He's a
You did
dragon.
just.
Let's see if this hits. Oh!
He's a drakeling. but-
Oh,
I rolled
no.
his grizzles again. It's cursed.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I did not hit.
All
I
right.
did not.
So it's
So
the
that would be the kobold
the
that
kobolds.
ran away.
yeah. And you hear a large door opening up the hallway to the north.
Yeah, basically, I'm just here. Sore,
then-
missed.
And then you hear the door closing, and but that's it for that.
Let's see, Ulf. I guess Ulf should probably just go handle the kobolds and whatever's happening up that way.
I mean, that was the plan.
All right. So Ulf, what are you gonna do?
Who's the next ranged? Oh, well, Nox, your only hope.
I've got two
Uh,
chances, so
Yeah.
These kobolds are
They're
Under spell,
incapacitated,
right?
so
They're
you can
high.
basically just basically insta knock them out,
Yeah.
like
Or
we've
kill
been
them.
doing.
Knocking out would be
Yeah.
preferable.
And you have
though.
advantage, so
advantage.
Advantage on hit, insta crit.
yeah. So,
No, they're unconscious. So
They're
no
inca-
extra.
oh,
crit.
oh, they're not unconscious. Yeah, they're incapacitated, so,
Yeah.
but it's
I think-
still advantage.
Yeah,
And they're
maybe.
kobolds.
yeah.
so.
I guess I'm going for the knockout overall. So
yeah. First
Where's
one is
that?
out.
he's out.
Yeah, he's dead or
Kobolds
down.
have very little HP.
They have very low HP. Yeah.
Don't
That
they
was
have
Maybe more
8
than
max?
goblins, but
Wait, how far did I move?
And goblins have like 6.
25. I can't.
goblins
move
have 7.
Do they?
Yeah. Goblins have 7 normally.
I can't move any farther. So
I guess you could stand
True.
over top the dude you knocked out and check around the corner.
that's true. I do not see anything at the door,
Yeah.
All right.
even though it opened and closed.
Yeah. I mean, it's closed now.
So I'm assuming where I'm at, there's like nothing going on down this corridor that I can tell either. These all
no.
look like just corners that I can't
Yeah, exactly.
see past, as far as
Um,
I can tell.
So not.
I see a
it's
bit of
your
this
turn now.
door.
Okay, so I go here
Right.
and shoot with Eldritch Blast at this.
Right.
Oh no.
And then the second beam hits him.
He's hexed
For,
though. He's hexed.
He is. Oh no.
for 2 damage.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Let me look. So you send in your bolt,
this
your
does
second
it.
bolt.
That's
It
hilarious.
nicks him on the tail, and he's still flying through the air. However, then the hex triggers. It procs, and you hear you feel like his heart just exploded, and he goes ugh, and falls to the ground, and it goes "Argh," and falls to the ground. Basically, that he had 2
Somehow-
HP. He had 2
Somehow
HP.
I don't
Why?
feel satisfied.
I know.
Yeah.
What is
Oh
this?
yeah. There's a
That's a bunch of
pile.
money, I think.
There's a pile
That is
of
a
like
lot of money.
assorted
Yeah.
trinkets and treasures over
It
there.
looks-
Very
This is
exciting
funny.
if we don't die.
Yeah,
It looks like a giant pile of
it's
pills.
not actually as big as it looks, and it's not nearly as gold filled, but there is definitely a big pile of trinkets and like coins over there.
Like, all I'm saying is, imagine an entire army of kobolds geared out in studded leather with fucking
Oh my
short
God.
swords.
So next, so let's see, that was Nox. Grizzles.
I'm guessing. Well, he saw this thing
Yeah.
fucking flop down and die, so I don't know.
He's probably annoyed that he couldn't get the kill.
I don't know.
Oh.
Would he finish knocking the other ones out? Or
Yeah,
work
he
on
would-
it? Since he only has one attack.
He would do that, yeah.
Alright, well. Still try and bonk this one. Advantage.
Which means you get sneak attack,
Yeah.
Hey, nice.
and both
Yeah.
of them are doubled.
He's down.
Bear down. And
Right.
I guess he'd probably do the same. Well, let's see. Yes, bonus action dash, I guess. You could go up there and peek around this corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And well, he would probably yell back to you though that this is the way that the lair is.
Yeah, I don't know how he feels about actually going in, but
Yeah. So so Miles, it is your turn. What do you?
he
do?
could also bonus action
Alright.
hide if that would make more
First,
sense.
I'm going to look down this hallway to make sure the Drake's dead.
Yeah.
I see it's dead, so I'm just gonna like.
Wait, did he kill that one?
Very barely. they
Very
did.
barely.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about
I'm going
Grizzles?
to go up over
Yeah.
here, draw my
Yeah.
rapier, and just bonk it.
Yep. Bonk it on the head. Young.
So apparently
where's my ball?
Grizzles is
There it
bloodthirsty.
is.
Nice. Yep, he's down. And yeah. So
So many potential recruits.
hold
Hey,
on
he's
one
not dead. He's bonked.
Yeah, they're all bonked. I've been assuming that.
Yeah,
they're
it's
just
the
bonked.
bonk X.
Hold on one second.
Well, the ones back here weren't bonked. X.
I guess there is. Let's see here.
Neither is the one I'm standing on.
This symbol on me is good for marking knocked out.
Yeah, do that one for the bonk.
Okay. Hold on one second. So you also, by the way, I should describe this, but you hear noises coming down from the south direction, which is the way that you guys Grizzle will probably yell out that that's the way the main entrance is. So you
which
hear
way?
you hear noises down that direction, yelling
South.
and stuff. It sounds like
So
a
where
lot
the
of
where the
kobolds yelling.
Drakeling was trying to flee is
Yes.
where the commotion's probably happening. I imagine they're distracted though.
Yep. So and Grizzles will come back into the main room maybe and tell you.
Oh hey, and we managed to kill the Drakeling before it went around another corner, so
And
hopefully no one saw it.
so Grizzles will tell you that to the north is the Drake's lair, and to the west is the breeding room.
So are we in initiative still, or just out
No.
of it temporarily?
No, yeah. Just until you try to go through that big door up at the top into the lair.
Which
or if something else
I'd
happens.
ask him which way would a prisoner likely be.
He says that the cage they constructed was in the breeding room to the west.
I'd suggest we go there and potentially find another ally.
All right.
Which way?
To the west.
To the west.
All right. Sounds
We're
good.
trying to find if that giant's alive.
So are we still going now?
Yeah, we're
Uh,
going away from the Great Chamber to find the giant.
Well, no, I meant. Like,
Oh hey,
Well, in a second.
how you doing? How you doing?
Let's see if I
It's a
can.
little
look.
deformed.
All right. So.
Oh, we found him.
Yeah. So let me describe this room to you. Let me
I guess we-
find where it was. This room has all over the place what looks to be like like when snakes shed their skin and stuff. That sort of type of like refuse and stuff, like the equivalent of like dried up shells of kobolds, and you can see like weird outcroppings of rock from the wall where, because as Grizzlies have described it, literally they like use magic rituals to like tear kobolds out of the rock itself, almost like Lord of the Rings, like with the orcs that Saruman,
The breeding vats.
yeah, like that breeding mats, except it's like in the rock itself that they get these guys from. And so there's all sorts of like birthing refuse all over the ground. It smells rancid in here. This is probably also where they have their shitter. So just to give you a good idea what it sounds or smells like. So let's see. And And in this cage, probably like with his head in between, like against his knees and like laying down or like sprawled out in this cage is a giant. Let me tell you how big he is.
One of us spoke giant, correct?
They know common generally as well.
He looks to be unconscious. But 1 second.
If he's unconscious, I
would
grab his ankle. Or are you gonna heal him?
I can do heal on hands or lay
Heal
on
on
hands.
hands.
So
Whatever.
he
Lay on
looks-
hands and it'd be.
Yeah, get
He
him
is-
conscious.
And he is
Yeah.
he is real big. He is at least 20 feet tall.
We
Okay.
can talk to this boy and
I'm gonna
negotiate
put-
some terms.
Do lay on hands for 5 points of health.
All right.
Don't need to burn a spell slot.
Yeah. So you lay
If
on
he
hands him
if he cooperates, I fully intend to heal this boy.
for how much health? Sorry.
5.
5.
5.
All right. So
Probably
he,
dropping his bucket, but
He.
Wow.
So you start to hear this giant mumbling in giant speak, but he's mumbling, and then he starts to stand himself up, and he is huge. He's at least 20 feet tall. Like I said, the cage is meant for someone that big, but it's not very. There's not a lot of space for him.
also I'm assuming we didn't see his weapon or anything lying around. Since
No.
I'm assuming he had one when they took him.
Yeah, you haven't seen his weapon around. He is in rags. Like it looks like his clothes used to be nice, like good-looking robes actually. Pretty nice clothes, but they are rags now. He's not bleeding, but he's bloodied and like he has scars. What look like newly formed scars, newly formed marks.
All right.
And he stands up and looks at you all and just in common he'll say, "What's going on?"
Well, you see, we are attacking the kobolds and the drakelings here. Would you like to join us?
I'll pull out the horn and
We
reach it
don't
out.
have
We
it.
don't have it.
Oh yeah,
Why
that's
not?
right. Damn it!
We found your griffin, by the way.
We have his letter though.
You
That's
found
true.
Stormwing.
Yeah, I handed
That's
his
his
letter.
name, then yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I pointed- I
he looks at
pointed-
the letter, and he's like, "You found it."
I point at Ulf. Yes, he went out of his way to save its life from other orcs.
And he
You're welcome.
he kneels down. He says, "You have my gratitude. If you were to free me from here, of course I would help you. I have no
Good,
idea
because we're
what's
gonna
going
need all
on."
the help.
Yeah,
Good, because we're gonna need all the help we need. And what do we
We're gonna
need?
need all the help we need.
there's a lock. There's like a pretty a rudimentary lock here.
Is it
Rocks
like
are
one?
pretty-
Is it like one I can take the edge of my shield and knock off, or is it
Yeah, you could
one we're
probably.
gonna need Kobold Boy?
It's sort of like built into the cage itself. Yeah, so you're gonna
If it's,
probably need him.
it doesn't
to-
look like it's too strong to actually
I don't
break.
think you can
Well, it's
knock
not-
it.
it's
It's
part
not
of the
separate.
cage.
Yeah, it's part of the cage, so you can't really knock it off.
Well,
but,
I'll knock it open then.
So I think Grizzle will probably have to try to
What?
lockpick it.
And,
It's open.
And a knock.
It's
it.
open.
Oh, the spell. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's open.
A very loud knocking noise triggers, and suddenly the door is unlocked.
All right. Yeah. It
Goodbye, second
and it
level spell
flies
slot.
open. Sounds good. So
I will
the-
point at Grizzles. This one is working with us. One condition: try to knock the kobolds out, kill the drakelings and the drake if we fight it.
and
If we fight it, that's what we're here for.
I
Somehow.
I
and
take a big log off of my back and tell him in giant speak, "You can use this as a weapon."
and he
I
looks
brought
at you a
you
little.
this tree.
He looks he looks at you a little surprised that to be hearing giant speak. He says, and he responds back in his speak. It says, "Thank you, woman or human."
Let's see here. Oh, that is broken as fuck.
And,
What am I?
That is not
What?
what you wanted.
What am I?
So
Let's actually click on this on the right screen. So let's see, second level. That is that much HP on the giant boy.
13.
okay, and
And let's see, I should do a couple.
he
Did the cleric have any heals? Does she want?
That's another 9, and that's another 12. Wait,
Jesus, how many
was it?
spells left
Was
you
this?
burn me
Let's
through?
see that. Wait, do I actually? Oh, that's max healing. So that was a second level and 2 first levels.
So he looks at you and says, I don't know if I'm going to be much help in my current state, even with all this help.
Well,
It's appreciated.
you'll be something.
Are you sure you want me to help against the scum Drake, or would you like me to do something else? I can hold off any place you need to be held.
Well, we're not entirely sure what's happening everywhere. We need to kill the.
The Drake.
Do we think we can take the Drake?
I would
Well-
want more help than not.
Well, we can send him to block the main entranceway so nothing else will show up.
That's true.
Anyway, as we're talking, I'd suggest we all head
Yeah.
back this way.
I would suggest that the giants stay not at this northern tunnel, but
Have
south.
him block
that-
this maybe.
He can reinforce if needed and also protect our rear.
Yeah, like standing right here.
Yeah, basically have him call if he needs us, and we'll call if we need him.
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. And he will agree to that. He'll say, I'll hold them off as best as I can if they come this way. And
Yeah,
beyond
just-
that, I doubt any of the little ones, looking at Grizzles, would like to mess with me. Hey, don't get in through there. Get back down there. No, it's not that.
We have a giant door behind us now.
Yeah. And the door, it's a big
in.
old iron door. Hey, get out of there. You know what? I sent you to the minus realm. You know what? You can send to the minus
Hey.
realm.
No. Not
Can
to
I
say
be in
that
a minus
you're the
realm?
one.
And
Not to say that you're the one that left a teeny little crack off to the side.
and that is
You
where we're
are.
gonna end it. Is when you are approaching this giant door here.
Now,
Dun, dun, dun.
Drag, don't forget, you have Hex for the next 8 hours.
That's a long time.
Yeah, you can just flip it over
That's
with
a
the
lot
bonus
of
action.
X.
Actually, no, you don't, because you're not a 5th level. For the next hour still.
Yeah.
All right.
I have Hex for the next 8 hours.
So that ends that session, and you guys next time will presumably be fighting Mr. Drake.
I love my new concept for the end game of this character.
Alright. Well, let's see, real quick. I'm gonna end the stream here in a second, and then we can continue to talk if you want, but it's late, so let me find someone to host, and then we'll host them and wrap up the stream. So let's see.
Nice.
We will host. We'll host Corey.
Dude's got 34 health. That's
Yeah.
probably not a lot for a giant,
For
but
a
he's
giant,
basically
maybe not.
he's
that
a
much.
very angry PC
Yeah.
equivalent.
Dude, honestly, this baseball game looks lit as fuck.
Yeah. I've liked watching it. So, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna.
Also, we kind of rushed through it. We confirmed that he was a storm giant. I'm assuming.
He's a cloud
best
giant.
we know?
Cloud
The
giant.
cloud giant, yeah.
Yeah.
Cloud
well,
boy.
You guys, he might tell you that on the way. Whatever. I don't care. Yeah, he's a cloud giant. Let me. Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm gonna wrap up the stream here real quick. So if anyone is watching, if you want to watch us on YouTube, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next week when we see how this resolves itself. All right.
Horribly.
All right. Bye.
Someone will end up dead.